On a Tuesday, got your girl in the cut and she Tuesday. Club going up on a Tuesday.
Yo, welcome to WLVS Radio. You're tuning into the open bar.
Salute, man.
Salute, salute, salute. Today is 9/18/18. My baby's birthday. That's how I remember.
9/18/19.
Right, I know the date.
But I did text her this morning, and she said, "Thanks, Dad." You want to see the text?
Dang.
I haven't spoke to her today.
On her birthday?
No, I'm just. I've been calling.
It's all right.
She won't
It's
answer. No,
okay.
I
Just
spoke
be
to her.
honest.
I mean, her dad. She did speak to her dad today. So.
Damn, man.
Well, I mean, if you want to claim sleep with her mama,
I
fine.
know. Artificial insemination.
Oh. Y'all so wrong. Anyway, yeah, it's my baby's birthday. She turned 19. I know I look 19, so
Oh, man.
19 plus
That's
90.
crazy because you know what? 19 sounds so young.
it does.
Like it used to sound old. Like
Well-
like you're coming in age or something. You know
What
what I'm
was
saying?
you doing at 19?
At 19, I was a freshman in college. No, I was a sophomore in college. And I was rocking a yellow Mustang.
19, I was graduating from high school.
It was a lie. This dude said rocking a yellow
I was
Mustang.
rocking a yellow
Look,
Mustang.
What you
Rocking a
I
yellow
said it was
Mustang.
yellow,
mine. I
a
said
yellow
it was
Mustang
mine.
keychain? Because you can't. Because you probably couldn't get it out of first gear.
The first and the other thing
No, 'cause
is,
that was the whole look. You remember back
You
then,
know
Tyson
it's-
Bradford had the video, had the commercial.
you know, a suspect when he
The
said
yellow
when
Mustang?
he said rocking.
Yeah,
Because you don't really rock a vehicle.
Yeah, how do you rock a
Hold on,
vehicle?
I did not say I was driving it. I was taking pictures, posting in front of it, like, hey, with my jean shirt with the cut off
Oh,
shoulders.
okay.
You know
Pastor,
what
what
I'm
was
saying?
you doing at 19?
I forget.
Besides Freaknik.
I did do Freaknik at 19.
At 19, man, I was working. I probably had I had a job. I was working.
Yeah.
I was working. As a matter of fact, I was working and doing music. I was just getting into my music thing.
Nice.
Yeah,
Sound like Bismarck right there.
Dave, what were you doing at 19? Having babies?
Yeah, I
Me
was
too.
raising a daughter, and
How many you had by 19?
I had a daughter too at 19.
You did?
one,
Yep.
Oh, wow.
We got our daughters the same age, I think.
and
Same baby
working.
mom? You were working
Yeah, working and
on
raising
the
a
host
daughter.
row? You was doing your thing. Yo, and what were you doing at 19?
Military, man. I was training, man. I was in infantry school, airborne school, all that dumb
Okay,
shit.
He was all around the world. By
Yeah.
then.
All right, so here it goes real
Yeah.
quick. So that was your first job, country?
Shit, man. My first job was slinging watermelons in the field, bro.
He done told us that 1,000
1,000
times. He gonna tell us one more.
Ron was your first job, man?
Huh?
I always got jobs based upon my looks. So no, I'm just, I'm just joking.
Ron didn't get
So-
a job. Ron didn't get.
so
Ron
you
didn't
So
say
get.
you know,
Listen,
so
you
you
had
trying
a
to
job.
say you still haven't got a job?
You still unemployed?
I still work for Ebony Magazine.
Ron-
I've been working there for many years.
Ron didn't
No,
get
my
a
first
job until he was a grown man.
No, my first job, I was a host at a hospital.
You would be a host at a hospital. How do you?
Host
First of
at
all,
a
how do you?
hospital.
That's
I
not
was-
a position, dog.
is. It
That's
was
a
a-
volunteer position.
No, I got paid. I was making $10
He was
an hour.
one of them candy stripe.
I ran
people.
I ran the gift shop. I did the help desk. I helped assist people.
You was
who
making
was feeling
$10
bad.
an hour?
No,
How
I
long
was
ago?
about maybe $6 or $7 an hour.
Oh,
But by the time I finished, I was coming back. I was making $10 an hour because I became the manager of the gift shop. So I would say like a decent job. I think.
Interesting, okay.
What was your first job, Dave? Slanging
My
drugs.
first job was a paper route.
Boring.
You can make good money
That's
doing that,
interesting,
man.
though. That's just, he dated himself a little bit, but it's all right.
He dated himself.
Yeah,
but they don't have paper boys
They
no
still
more.
have paper routes.
They-
No, they're adults doing them now. They taking all the jobs.
I had a paper route.
Kids
Paper
used to
route.
do it.
Yeah, I had a paper route.
I
never-
remember doing it
I
with Center
almost
Washington
did it.
Times at the
But the-
subway.
But the thing
Washington
is,
Times 25 cents.
No, I used to get on my bike and have to go deliver the paper.
I had a paper route when I
That's-
finished my first initial, combat arms training, and I went to my new unit.
Yeah.
I got a paper route as a side job, and I was making like $250 a week just doing
Nice.
Really?
that. It was in Miami, and I would just I would wake up every morning about 4. I got up mad early anyway, But I wake up every morning about 3:00, go and run the
Every morning.
papers, and then boom, about $200, $250.
Jacob, what was your first
I was
job?
I did that too later on.
What was your first job, Jacob? At 19. How old?
13.
15. His first
15.
job.
At camp?
My first job was at
band
8.
camp. Band camp.
Band camp.
Hey Jacob, I met this girl last night. She was she said she was in something start with a J, Maine, some part Jackson or something, Johnson. Yeah, she said it took her like 6 hours to get to Rhode Island.
So are you insinuating that everybody from Maine know each other? You're so prejudiced.
Yeah, I mean it's not a lot. It's a lot of land, but it's not a lot of people in Maine. Population is very small.
I mean, from my house to the border of Maine, it's 3+ hours.
From your house.
Is that to Canadian
So it's just
border?
a lot of open land in Maine, huh?
Is that the Canadian border or
U.S.
to New Hampshire? Wow.
Wow.
How far are you away from Canadian border?
Same-ish, I think. Only got once.
Okay.
Wow. But anyway,
Nova
thanks for-
Scotia, right?
That's where the free weed is, Nova Scotia.
Oh yeah.
You know
sure.
what? I went to Nova Scotia about 7 years ago, just on a whim, and it's kind of quaint, but it's real nice up there. It's real nice up there. And food was surprisingly good. They got a lot of Black American, like, cats that ran away during the Civil War and shit. A lot of black slaves that ran away
What?
during the Civil War. They went to Nova Scotia.
Really?
Yeah, they had museum. When I went up there, it was random, but
That was some random history right there.
yeah.
though. You
And
said
I ain't gonna lie, I went up there.
Blacks in the Civil War, you saying?
Yeah, a lot of blacks that like
Went to Nova
escaped the American
Isn't
South.
it cold there?
It's mad cold, bro. I mean, once you get above Canada, it's another level of cold, bro. Once you get up there, period, it's cold.
I ain't gonna front. I've been thinking about like at some point, when I retire and quit to move to another country. Yeah.
Where would you move to?
I was actually thinking about Canada. I mean, I thought it would be cold, but I mean,
All depend. Yeah, Canada's cold pretty much everywhere, but
Panama, bro.
could it get used to it?
Panama, bro.
Hold up. This dude, he used to say, "I hate Panama. I'll never go to Panama."
Yeah, Panama now.
Why? What changed your mind? What changed your mind?
A layover. I had a 10-hour layover, and I was like, man, let me go in here, man. Check it out. Nah, but honestly, Panama, Colombia,
It's a good place, you think?
I mean,
Yeah.
the healthcare is good. Surprisingly, real good down
You learned
there.
all that during a layover? Wow.
I mean,
You can learn a lot
yeah.
during the layover.
I mean, yeah.
How long was your layover? Damn, a year?
He said 10 hours.
10 hours.
10 hours. Wow.
I mean, I've
you
been
got
flying-
to meet the mayor and everybody?
Nah, I've been
I'm
flying.
just playing.
Well, I've been flying for quite some time. I know how to travel.
But it's funny that you mentioned Canada because what I didn't realize that Detroit and Canada was like 5-minute walk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's right. Windsor's
So-
right across the border.
But it's crazy because when I went to Detroit, the water. So the water on this side of Detroit was like black and like nasty looking. You look at the water in Canada, it was green and the robin birds was flying around. It was beautiful. I'm like, good Lord. So it made me want to go to Canada. I didn't have my passport, so I couldn't go over there.
That's
The Detroit side was oily and
It was and like it's like I don't know if they
Murky.
had like a.
No, it doesn't.
I'm telling you.
He's exaggerating.
To all my
You
people,
gotta understand something. He could not see that far.
You can
okay?
see it. You
cannot-
can see it. You
when-
can see the water.
No,
the
just-
water
just-
in Canada, the water in Detroit on the Detroit side was dirty and oily, and the water on Canada side was green. And
Was you
beautiful.
at ground level looking at this, or was you up above?
I was where I was about maybe a 10-minute walk from Detroit
No,
to Canada.
was you on the ground level?
No, I was
Oh,
on top of a bridge.
You was
The
on
bridge
top of
before
a
you go
bridge?
to Canada before you go to.
okay, so you was on top of a bridge and you could see this that far.
You can see the water. The difference
Of
in
course,
the
you can
water.
see the water if
Port-
you're on
that-
the bridge.
So what are you asking me?
I
then?
think that lake is Port Huron, and it's really teal and green. It's really nice actually. But around the Detroit area, it is kind of industrious.
Isn't it Ontario? Isn't that Lake Ontario right there?
I you know what? I don't even know. It probably is. I just know on Detroit, it's like 2 lakes in that region. Port Huron is real green and tealish, looking like that.
Wow. Well, that's just like DC and Baltimore. We're not gonna get into that, but
It's no difference.
I'm just kidding. Yo, our liquor sponsor is not here yet. So
Okay.
How was your weekend though, man? What you get into this weekend?
this weekend I did one congressional event and congressional Black Caucus event.
Yeah.
And it was fun. But I ended up having to leave. I couldn't stay because a friend of mine got sick, and I had to go help him out in Baltimore. So I was in Baltimore pretty much all weekend.
Nice.
So what did you do, Dave?
I worked. But Sunday I went to Baltimore.
Everybody's in Baltimore.
Right. I went to Baltimore on Sunday. I was coming back. Was in the, in the sports car. All right. So pull up next to this Mustang 5.0. So I'm like, okay, yeah, let's see what's going on. I didn't know it was a 5.0 at the time. So he's baiting me. And I didn't know the dude, but he baited me.
You got a 6-cylinder?
You raced?
Yeah.
Of course
so,
he raced.
Of course I did.
Dave got a lead foot. Come on, man.
and
and lost miserably.
Who won?
yeah, I got smoked. Like I was a damn Newport. And he baited me again. I got smoked again. I was like, I said I just knew because when I pulled up next to him, it was just okay. All right, you didn't hear anything. It was like kind of calm, right? But when he took off, all you hear was. He just started rumbling like I was just sitting still. I was like, damn. I said, this can't be right. So I had to try it again. He just baited me again.
There was nothing to it.
Nothing to it.
For him.
Shout out to the 5.0
What
Mustang.
you driving? The Altima?
No, I was not driving the Altima. I was driving a sports car. Didn't you not understand? I was driving the Camaro.
The Camaro.
You get him, boo. And it was nothing. He's like he had nothing for him.
Oh my God, the Mustang heavier. We can beat him. Once he get full going, we can pass him. It's a known fact, but he gotta get to full speed, and we can pass
In
him.
what world would a 8-cylinder or 6-cylinder beat an 8-cylinder?
It will. Once the Mustang gets to its full speed, it can't go no more. We can pass him, but he has to get to his full speed because we're a lighter car.
You
but
have
it
a
was too
6-cylinder,
much
though.
it's a fact.
You have a 6-cylinder.
He got to get to his full speed first.
But a 6-cylinder would not beat.
But he has to get to his full speed.
I'm pretty sure a 6-cylinder
us to catch
Camaro
up
will
to
not
him
beat
because
a
we had-
8-cylinder
He
5.0 Mustang.
He has to get to his full
Well,
speed.
you saying he has a better takeoff, so he had the better
Yeah,
acceleration.
so he's always going to take off faster, but we can
y'all
catch
had to
him.
get up to y'all full speed.
I'm
To
pretty
catch
sure
him.
that's not an option.
No, but I did pass him, and then he just came by like I was just sitting still.
Come on, man.
I think my
crazy.
Altima can beat y'all Mustang.
I doubt it. Your Altima can't
Yeah,
beat our Altima.
First of all, it may be able to. It may be able to be us, but you're driving it. You're not beating me.
I'll beat you. I can beat you.
You're
on the
not.
on
You
the
can't
long
even
stroke.
beat me to this
On the
door.
long stroke. You want to do a running race? Can y'all record it? What?
That
You
would
want
be
to do a running race?
hilarious. That would be hilarious.
Dave ain't got no ups.
Dave races
Neither one of y'all.
anybody. He will race a Benz, a BMW.
We talking about on the feet though. We
But,
talking
yeah,
about
on
on the feet.
Neither one of y'all lungs or feet are ready for that work.
Whatever.
I ain't gonna sit there and lie to you. Mine ain't. Look, you might as well call the paramedics before you even start.
Exactly.
It's just not gonna
And
happen.
as a matter of fact, the ankle just got better or something.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
So
it
you
still ain't
definitely-
always that
I said
good.
you still ain't in no shape. Yeah, nah.
But I will try.
I think I can still run, but I haven't run in years though. It's crazy.
See, that's the thing. My mind, I'll beat the hell out of you. It's just the body just don't work that way. The body don't catch up to the mind, man.
no doubt.
So you gotta. That's why you gotta have mind control over people. So you know what I'm saying? Because
That's why
the body don't always work that way.
Today's drink special is a healthy drink. So I was just thinking about you, Dave, and how you want to lose weight and
He would put that out.
I definitely
for
do
your
wanna-
grandchildren.
I don't think I'm gonna have any anytime soon.
Thank God.
But even though I do have a lot of classmates that have
grandchildren.
grands and great grands.
Yeah, I'm not ready for grandkids yet.
You're not.
No.
You got all the gray and everything. You look good.
Nah, man. Nah, because you know what? I'm kicking and screaming, man. I'm not liking this prelude up towards 50.
But you got a long way to go. You acting like it's like
You say a long way to go.
It ain't long.
It ain't that long, man.
Well, if you didn't have the gray hair, you
It's
wouldn't.
all the kids who was
look
little
at
kids when you know what I'm saying? These kids are like raising up families and stuff, man. It's not long, man.
But
Hey.
it started like in the
Yo, it's coming.
Hey, this dude called me the other night, right? Friday night.
Yeah, exactly, right?
He calls me Friday night. He said, "Hey, man, you know my son here. He in town for the CBC. Hey, what parties to go to?" I'm like, "Man, I don't know. I don't go out.
We both were
right,
stuck.
right."
He would have loved that party I went to. He would have loved the party I went to.
No, he
the
don't want to
Renaissance.
go where no old
He don't
dudes
wanna
is
be no
at.
old- He don't want
No,
to
this was a young party. It was because my cousin from New Jersey came down.
But hold on.
How old?
If you're there, he don't want to be.
Yeah, thank you. He don't need a chaperone.
I had nowhere I could tell him to go because I had no clue.
Hold on,
I think I'm a
That's
little
why I
different
called you
spirit.
country too.
Oh,
To see if you had. That's why. Because I called country too. I was like, man, where
I told him to call.
our parties at right now?
I
Because
mean, U Street, bro. For some, how
I
old
did
is
tell him
your
you
son?
see
Your
V.
son's in his early
Rose
20s, right?
yeah,
U Street, Adams Morgan would have been perfect for him because it ain't nothing but college. You know, it ain't nothing
How
but.
old is your son?
23.
Yeah, it ain't nothing but 20
Yeah.
to 40 down there. U Street would have been perfect for him.
The park was tight Friday.
Ron turned his face sideways when you said 23. He said,
Yeah, I'm just saying because it's like it's really a whole different
See,
generation.
Yeah, I was in.
I'm at the point now. I just
was
see young
Phoenix.
beautiful girls, and I just be like, man, I wish my son was here. I got nothing for it,
The
right?
last time I went to the park though, it was like, I think I could swear I felt like I was about maybe 80 years old. But it was just,
see,
one lady,
you got-
one little girl there though, and it was kind of cold at the time. So and
"You
all
gave her
these-
your jacket."
I gave her my jacket. I put my scarf around her.
She said, "Thanks, Daddy.
but she bought me like 2 drinks and we hung out. But she was a little annoying.
I'm hanging with my dad."
You know,
She was a little annoying. She bought me like 2 drinks. We hung out. We danced at the thing. She made me feel a little
No,
special.
but what
And
I'm
then when I
saying
told
is
her my
this.
age, she actually was surprised.
Of course.
I lived in.
No, she
I,
just stopped buying you drinks. That's why you got the 2
No,
drinks.
I actually pushed her off. I was done with her.
I've lived here since I want to say 09. I've only been to the park twice.
Oh,
You know, it's just not my speed, man. I don't.
Well,
You
the
know.
thing about it is, right? Early in the evening, okay.
Yeah, happy
so
hour.
so happy hour to up to about 10, maybe 11 o'clock
Right.
is probably
Professional.
35 and older, right?
Well dressed and
Yeah, but 11, 11:30,
The 19-year-olds
12 o'clock, you got the hoochie mamas coming out, and they all
nothing wrong with a
blinged up.
hoochie mama. Nothing wrong with a hoochie mama.
Yeah. No, I think
And they know they can't be walking in the hills. They know
But-
they 5-second shoes on. They think
They
gonna
look
have
like
one
they
for 5
stopping
hours.
roaches.
But what
Yes.
country talking about is that's a professional club going crowd. Like if
Yeah.
you go to the park to party, like that,
Yeah.
you're professional, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And,
it's-
you're like not into that whole like
I-
they're professional partiers there. You
I'm
know
not.
what I'm
I'm
saying?
not. Like, I hate dressing up. I'm gonna just say that I hate dressing up. You know, any place that I gotta throw on a whole bunch of extra shit.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be.
You already
inclined to
turned
go.
off.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, pretty
I get
much.
it. I get
Would
it.
you go to a black tie affair?
I mean, yeah, it's rare, but yeah.
You don't like it? See, I love.
I just don't
I
like
love-
dressing
I
up.
love
I'll be
putting on
that
a
one
tuxedo.
random ass Negro in there in jeans,
At a
not,
black tie affair?
not even dressed
Oh, you
up,
would not
and
see
then
my-
manage to get in.
So you going to the blue and white ball or not?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely
Oh
going.
yeah.
No, I'm
yeah.
talking about Chitty.
Oh yeah, and some blue jeans
tell
and
me
and some
Well, you're
blue
not sitting
jeans.
at my table. I'm sorry. You want to embarrass me?
If I buy the table,
Who's
you
blue and
sit
white
at
ball?
my table.
Huh?
Sigma.
My
Sigmas.
Sigma fraternity ball.
Oh, okay.
But
Our
yeah,
fraternity ball.
I just dressing up ain't my thing, you know. And I can dress up every once in a blue moon, and it's a struggle. But it's just not my thing.
Dave would have on his jeans and throw in a black jacket. like it's
Real quick.
Yep,
Real
but-
quick.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But
It's-
I
it's-
do wear
there's
suits
some
time to
coats and-
time.
Yeah.
And
I do.
you look like a funeral director in your suit. But, or
I've directed a couple of funerals before.
I can tell you look a little scary. But look, yo, we'll go to a quick break. And we're going to come right back, hopefully with our drink of the day and some hot topics. Give us a call at 202-656-1BAR. Salute!
Walks through the turf, me and Smurf jibber-jabbing about the old days. Smoking something fat, listening to the OJs. It rips up my mind and see how times change. It's all kind of strange, ain't a damn thing the same. Back when, it was all about packing that switchblade. Half of us down now was running around, trick made. Didn't want to fight brothers wrong, that was known. But now it's on if one of the homies come at me wrong. Back then, things was like hype. Even if the homies fight, still kept the hood tight. Down with each other to the last bit. Now we got homies putting each other's in the caskets. Used to roll Chevys, now brothers wanna bend. See, money and dope, them brought jealousy and envy. Brothers got greedy and the needy got left back. Now that same homie is the victim of your next jack. Same brother with the gap stuffed in your mouth. Used to sleep on your couch, spending nights at your house. And that's a damn shame that the hood ain't like it was. Talking about a 50-50 love.
Black cat, hey, 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 gang, gang. Hey, pew, pew, pew. Yeah, young master, hey, Warsaw, yeah, 有点好 say， 喜欢找小姐，喜欢老 Z，Warsaw, yeah， 开来路虎，包包有点鼓 ，got a car full。我花里有酒里的 worst， 我花里有酒里的 worst， 我花里有酒里的 worst。Warsaw, yeah， 有点好 say， 喜欢找小姐，喜欢老 Z，Warsaw, yeah， 开来路虎，包包有点鼓 ，got a car full。我花里有酒里的 worst， 我花里有酒里的 我，从我头顶尖到脚后跟儿，我从不打球儿，自己的老本儿，变成了诱饵，一个月的马下不得算够儿，别写到 USA 扣你 sell 豆儿。玩骚耶，有点好 say， 喜欢找小姐，喜欢老 Z， 玩骚耶，开来路虎，包包有点酷，给他高尔夫，我花里有酒里的 worst， 我花里有酒里的 worst， 我花里有酒里的 worst， 集体鞠躬欢迎 worst， 年龄有优惠的 worst， 年龄有优惠的 worst， 年龄有优惠的 worst， 人人都想成为 worst。I told you, I told you, I told you, What's up?
catch me slipping and put in something different. So you're the only one. 'Cause I don't trust these bitches. I don't trust these bitches. They might catch me slipping. So you're the only one. How long trust these shoes? How long trust these shoes? How long trust these shoes? How long? Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's count up on drink, yeah. Let's all get patient. On drink, yeah. Let's all get patient. Yeah. Drizzy Dre, Chevy out, coming live from the motherfucking north side. Kick game, running real good, but never ever had my bitches sitting courtside. Same nigga that you knew way back when. You acting like it's somebody you don't know. Tell me how the fuck you supposed to stay friends when you got a bunch of feelings that you don't show. I can tell certain people don't like me no more. New shit don't excite me no more. Guess that they don't really make them like me no more. You could look me in my eyes and see I hate myself. Cause if y'all what I created, then I hate myself. But still, let them girls in and tell them all leave them cell phones on the table when we see them. I'm all day with it, man. AM to the PM, niggas hating. I just wish that they was there when they see them all. That's that shit that drives me crazy. And it's all that I've been getting lately. And it's probably why I'm scared to put the time in. Women wanna fuck like Debbie Brown. Looking for some things that I think that I can find in you. How long trust the shoes? How long trust the shoes? How long trust the shoes? How long? Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's count up on drink, yeah. Let's all get patient. On drink, yeah. Let's all get patient. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Count up on drink, yeah. Let's count up.
Thinking of
Welcome back.
Right. Welcome back to WLVS Radio. You're tuned into the open bar.
Salud.
Salud. Just joined us in the building. Commissioner herself was in the building. How are you, Sharice?
Outstanding. How are you guys?
Wow.
Good. What was your first job
My first job.
that you ever had? Yeah.
Just get right to it. First job. I think I was okay. So it was a summer school. DC has summer school programs, and I was 12. I wasn't old enough to work a summer job, but my sister was 13, and so I was my sister for the summer job program.
Yeah.
We like that. Yeah, she's gangster, savage.
I was working ever since then, and never stopped working a job.
Man,
I
y'all
was so mad.
man, y'all had summer job programs and all
Yeah, and
that
I was
shit
so
up
mad
here,
at that.
man.
That job, I swear to God, my brother and my sisters all got jobs, but they never gave me a job.
Wait,
And so that's how I ended up
who
working
was
at the gift
supposed
shop.
to give you a job?
No, but
They was,
yeah.
they were trying. They were trying
Man,
to.
No,
say
but
man,
Mary
man,
program.
They were trying to say you were
The
awkward.
summer youth
You're
jobs,
awkward.
the
They
summer
never
jobs-
give me a job.
I went from working that job at the summer youth job, and then I went to working for right after 9/11. It was called Team DC, and that was probably the best summer job I've ever had because we were preparing people for natural and man-made disasters.
That's where you got started.
Well, no, my first job was.
No, I'm talking about that's when you got started wanting to be in politics.
You always want to know that had nothing to that. Really, I didn't make the connection between that work and politics. I did do that work, and it gave me a sense of team building and camaraderie and public speaking, because I had to go to the schools, the churches, I had to go to the businesses and say,
better
hey,
speak intelligently.
are you prepared for natural or man-made disasters? And so that was I used to have like a little bag that was a fake bomb in it, and I would throw it down the aisle and say, boom.
And nobody just moved.
No, people were not prepared for that. So it was a good introduction to what we were trying to teach them.
Well, back down memory lane.
So
Yeah.
being that was 2001, right?
Yes.
Right after, that was 2001, 9/11. Yep. Mhm.
All right. So now, do you have a safety bag prepared at your house?
I have
your
one in my car. I don't have one in my place. I have one in my car because it was like, that's like my little getaway. But I do need to put a to-go kit. We call it them. Do you have a to-go kit in your home? So I need to put a to-go kit in my
I
home.
had one in my car too.
You
I don't
need to
have
have
one. In my
one.
house.
I recommend
Wow.
it in your house and your car.
We're actually gonna have an
That's
EMT
good.
person in. I mean, not EMT. What do you call it?
First aid.
First aid person in here.
Shout out to Miles Ross and the Goodman League guys. This Saturday they're doing some big stuff. And at
Oh,
the
man, I
new
ain't
sports arena in Ward 8, Congress Heights, in
Nice.
my district.
The
So
Heights.
get your tickets to see the basketball games, like a basketball series. So
I ain't go down to none of the games this summer.
Well, this is gonna be at the new arena, so we're having a ribbon cutting on Saturday morning.
Oh wow, red carpet. You know,
So
I like
that's
those.
the very first event.
Right.
It's gonna be. So imagine Miles kicking off the very first arena in a mega concert facility.
Wow.
I think is it not?
Who's
No
gonna be kicking it
Hateration
off?
is coming.
Who's kicking it off?
So Miles Ross of the Goodman League.
Okay.
He's gonna be kicking off a basketball series.
Is he a rapper?
The Goodman League is in Berry Farms. How do you not know that, Ron? See, it's okay. This is why I'm here to educate you.
What's Berry Farms?
I'm here to educate you. The Goodman League is in Berry Farms Dwellings, which is the first community developed for and by African Americans.
Oh, cool.
So that's Berry Farms that they're demolition right now that we were trying to save, but that did not go.
It's still a couple people that still live over there, but they do still have the games over there.
What they-
Inside
Miles
the
still
gates.
has the games.
Oh, yeah, over
Inside
there
the
by
gates. See, he
by
knows about Inside the
Anacostia.
Gates.
Trust me, I
By
know.
So
Anacostia.
Inside the Gates is coming to Congress Heights, new sports and entertainment arena, or they call it ESA, Entertainment Sports Arena. You know, that's the name of it. And that's actually the Wizards' new practicing facility, and I think the Mystics' new game facility.
So, Sharice, don't forget to have all that information when we do your segment so you can tell everybody what's going on in D.C.
Sure,
And
I will
so
do that
don't
on my
forget that.
segment. I
Don't
will make
forget.
sure.
Don't
What
forget
they,
it.
what they
But
putting,
yo,
what they putting over there in Berry Farms?
don't forget. Well, my special part, my favorite part of our show, of course, that we almost forgot is our drink of the day.
My bad. I started sipping on it because it was
What
looking
is it
kind
though?
of
It is
delicious.
interesting.
Yeah.
This is actually a cucumber martini. Now, it's not normally served in
martini.
ice. It's served in a martini glass, but you guys are so
Shaken,
hood.
never
It's
It's to
stirred.
serve chill.
Oh yeah,
It's
that's
served, definitely
disgusting.
served chill. You don't like it? No, I mean it's not for everybody. It is more of a healthy drink.
That's disgusting.
It tastes good, I think, but it's like it's made with cucumber
Okay.
and blended to get the water, make it water.
Okay.
The base, and
Dirty
then-
water.
Please
No.
say something besides water. Cucumber
No,
and-
cucumber to make it a water base. You blend it,
It got
and then
a little tangy taste to it.
let me finish and tell you what it's in it. So and then it made with the cucumber, and then of course ginger, actual ginger,
Okay.
lime juice,
Shout out to Ginger.
and it's like it's a healthy drink.
I think I
So,
need
like-
some more cucumber or ginger. I don't know.
And
one
how
of the
they
two.
got lemons and I don't got no lemons.
Because you
Because
didn't
yours
deserve
is
a
at the
lemon.
bottom.
He dirty lemon.
Yours is at
You
the
didn't
bottom.
deserve
Oh,
a
my
lemon.
lemons at the
Your
bottom.
lemon is at the
lemon.
I
bottom.
gotta fight for my
Yeah.
all
Fight
my
for
life.
your
I
lemon.
done had to fight for my lemons.
But this drink, the base
You have to
you
fight for your lemon.
you actually can take with the base. Of course, it's made with vodka, absolute vodka this time. But the
Okay.
base you can use as a actually as a I want to say a cleanser.
Okay.
Like most people, like you can actually use that to lose weight. So it's a healthy
Is
drink.
that what you were using?
No, but the person who taught me how to make it, they're nutritionists, and they showed me how to make
How
it.
long did you have it marinated? Because I felt like you had that cucumber marinated for a while.
It takes a long time to make it.
So you thought about us for a while.
Right.
Also, you can put like a little bit of honey or a little.
You need to rock the mic.
You just, a little bit of honey in it to just sweeten it up, or a little bit of molasses or agave to sweeten it up.
like those options, agave, molasses, and
So
but we
have
want
options.
the vodka. We want it's
The
a cocktail
agave
today.
ain't nothing but tequila.
Right.
So
It
just
has
put
to
some
grow
tequila
on
in
you.
there. It's the same damn thing.
But I thought I'd give y'all something healthy this week. You know, something different.
Thank
a
you for looking out
cucumber
for our best
martini.
interest.
It's also actually made with a cucumber. Like you normally you
I
peel the
think we need
cucumber
to
and
go
you
because
twist
I
it.
take a bathroom break off this drink. No,
It
just
makes
want
you
to-
sick. I mean, it does. It helps you cleanse.
That's what I'm talking about. Cleansing.
It helps you.
So
cleanse.
we have a cleanser for
God.
the drink of the day.
So you guys are gonna have a good time tonight when you get home.
Okay.
I think it tastes good. You like it?
Nah,
It's okay.
it's refreshing, but
So we come right back with straight absolute vodka. We'll be right back.
tangy.
Right. No.
Shots.
Did y'all need to go to a break, or we're gonna go straight to hot topics?
We're gonna go straight into hot topic.
Let's go straight
Hot
to hot
topics.
topics.
10:46.
So, of course, do you guys watch the talk?
No.
Y'all
I don't
don't watch
watch
the
TV.
talk.
No.
No, nobody here watches the
This
talk.
is the watered down version of The View, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
The talk.
Is that
Julie
It's
Chen?
called the talk.
Julie Chen?
Is that
No.
the? Is
Yeah,
that
Julie
with
Chen.
the one of the twins, Tia and Tamara?
No, that's
No,
the
that's
that's
the
the real. The
Okay.
talk is the show with my Sora,
Cheryl Underwood.
Cheryl Underwood, and
You used to
Julie
have the
Chen.
Osborne.
She's still on it.
She
Is
is.
it daytime TV
It's a
or is
daytime
it, is it
TV.
evening
Yeah,
time?
daytime.
What are
daytime.
you doing
Talk
during the
TV.
day?
Not working,
Don't worry about
obviously.
it. But
He is
but
not
the
doing
thing
any
about
work.
that
Can
show,
vouch
it's
for
actually CBS is actually
About to ban it?
no CBS is the owner. One of the actually the owner. I don't know if you guys. Her name is Julie Chen. She also be on The Brother. She hosts that show.
Okay.
So
So
what do
her
we need to
husband
take
is like
away?
one of the owners of
It's CBS executive.
So
Okay.
and he been found to do this whole Me Too moment. Me Too
He
thing.
got caught
going
up
on.
in that.
He got caught up in that.
Okay.
And
All right.
so he
Like the gentleman that
Bring
tried to
that
swear.
as here, boy.
Right.
Come on, sit on down.
so he's been asked to step down from CBS, but he got a wonderful stipend, like over $100 and something million to step
To
down.
step down?
To step down.
See, he must be white.
Well, he's worth $800 million. They gonna give him a stipend,
And
comparable to his lifestyle.
Yeah.
And what he was making.
He's worth $800 million.
I don't know what he's making, but I will say this: Julie Chen, who is his wife, she because that show is on CBS, she stepped down from that show.
The talk.
The talk.
No,
And
I'm
now
asking. I'm asking his nationality.
She stepped down
he's white.
Okay.
because she wanted to be able to say how she felt about CBS messing with her husband like
Delonte
that.
said he heard about it. What'd you hear, Delonte?
And being on the show, you can't criticize CBS for so much.
Right.
So
But you know what, Sharice? I think you should try to audition for that show. You might can get her a job. You'll be good.
She's out here helping the people. You want her to
Helping
go.
the people.
Take the power.
Wow. But of course, like I said, Julie Chen's job is up. Who do y'all think might be a good? But you guys don't watch the show.
we don't really watch the show.
No.
Don't really watch the show,
So that's
but
not really a
I
hot topic if
I
nobody
vote Lil
watches the
Mama up
show.
on there.
Lil Mama, she'll bring it, won't
It's
she?
not really a
Yo,
hot topic if no one
Hold up.
watches.
Why not Nicki Minaj?
Nicki Minaj would be good.
Nicki
She
Minaj.
came for you.
What'd she say?
But we'll talk about it later.
I heard her say it's not really a hot
Excuse me,
topic.
sweetie.
Exactly.
Excuse me.
Say
Excuse me,
it's not a hot topic if nobody watches the show. She's kind of right.
Yeah.
Well, that's why y'all.
She's actually exactly right.
But everybody else is. But this actually topic has
Thank
been
you,
all over
Pastor.
CNN and everything. And so
No.
Well, so
it's the whole story of
Kavanaugh
everything.
is actually more of the hot topic in the Me Too conversation.
First of all,
Well, that's what I'm saying. But I'm just
Even
saying
that whole show is awkward. Cheryl Underwood is awkward to
Yeah,
me on
she
there.
is.
Julie Chen
She's
was
been
awkward to
saying,
me
like,
on
the wrong
there.
thing.
All that was just awkward.
the whole thing.
It was really.
But they
a
were trying to
hodgepodge
go
pushed together.
against the View.
Sharon Osbourne. It was. Oh God.
But
But
it's
the
been
View is
there.
its own. The View seems to be holding its own.
Yeah, the
It
view
is.
is. The view is.
I mean, and I
And so
honestly
is
don't
the
watch
real. The
View.
real is doing better, just as good numbers
Without
as the View.
without
Tamar,
Tamar?
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't watched either one of the shows, but I hear a lot about them.
You haven't watched the real.
I've seen some.
Sister, you're lying.
I've seen some replays. I've seen some, but I've never just sat and just watched a series.
gotten into the show, the host like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I mean,
I never just was like, oh, this is the time that it comes. What time does it come on?
the view was the
12.
Trailblazers, right? They were the Trailblazers of that whole little group setting.
I mean,
right?
I've seen some like clips of it, like if I'm like skimming through YouTube, or maybe I might see some clips on social media platforms. But what I have watched is the Red Table Talks, though.
Yes.
Now I have literally,
And see, and that was
Jada
a
Pinkett
shocker
Smith-
to me.
And happy birthday, Jada Pinkett Smith. I think is it today or yesterday? I think it's today. Her birthday is today still. Jada Pinkett Smith's birthday is
My
today.
daughter's birthday today
So that's
too.
a hot topic.
But
Ron.
but do you know the red? We talked about the red table
I
discussions.
like the
I
red
always bring
table
up. Of course,
conversations.
they in sabbatical right now. They about to, but she did get picked up for 13 more seasons. I didn't know Facebook pay you. Did
Well,
you know that?
Facebook has a whole new
They have a network thing they're doing.
like them and YouTube. YouTube has a thing they're doing now where you can see commercials
TV, yeah.
inside of the YouTube clips.
Shout out to
So-
Winifred. She said that the world is not ready for Nicki Minaj on daytime TV.
Yeah, so that's another topic. I mean, depending on the homeless student at Baloo. Have you guys heard about that? The young man at Baloo that wasn't allowed to play.
We can talk about that during your segment, but right now
that-
we do gossip segments doing mine.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you a real hot topic
Your
that I just
gossip
found out
segment
just
is
about
boring.
2 seconds ago.
What?
That since this hurricane in North Carolina,
Okay.
that 5,500 pigs died and
1 million chickens died.
3.4 million chickens died. Now that's a hot topic. So what y'all gonna eat tonight?
You know what?
But speaking of which of that, of
Hey,
course.
let's have a moment of silence for the yard bird.
But speaking of hot topics, though,
for the
there's been.
families that actually
That's
are
true.
not in their homes for
But
sure. and
speaking
those
of
that didn't make
hurricanes,
it.
though, since we talk about hot topics, which was going to be one, did you guys hear the new article that came out with
Puerto
of course,
Rico.
but not just about Puerto Rico, about just like all the lies and deception, the wrong statements that Donald Trump has made. One of the major ones he made is that Puerto Rico was a major success.
Yeah,
Was what do you call it? Unsung success.
I'm really not.
And he's trying to lie that he said that 3,000 people died in that hurricane, and
No,
over 3,000.
No, he didn't say that.
No,
That
I'm
was
saying
a-
he's denying it. He's saying
Right.
that
A
could
study,
possibly be
a
true.
study released by George Washington University, because you marking it all up, basically estimated that upwards of 3,000 people have lost their lives as a consequence of Hurricane Irma that happened in Puerto Rico a couple of years back. He, of course, denied it.
That's what we said.
You were marking it up. You were marking it
Okay.
up.
So we
Trump
got-
didn't come up with that stuff.
I
got
don't
the-
I
know.
didn't say
What
that.
y'all
I
think
said
about
he's
it?
denying it.
I don't know how we take any of these statements serious.
Exactly.
I think that one, there needs to be documentation presented to say these are the facts, right? But the fact that we give him so much airtime consistently is exactly what he's looking for.
Well, they
he
say
is the
since-
definition of a narcissist.
They said since he's been in office, and actually someone from Washington Times took a poll, he's done over 3,000 misleading statements, and that could be leads up to a lie.
Well,
3,000.
you also got to look at his number one information source. I mean, let's keep it real.
Omarosa?
No,
No.
Fox News. I mean, he gets a lot of his news from Fox News, and if you have the time just to stomach Fox News, and there are some good commentators on there. Shepard Smith, what's his name? I can't think. Chris O'Donnell, not Chris O'Donnell, but I can't think of his name right now. But yeah, there's some okay people on there. But when you listen, if you take the time to just listen to them, they spread a lot of real negative news on there. But it's
They
in
do.
support for him. And it's not just in support for him, but
I'm trying to-
They
it's in
have their
support
own
of
agenda.
of an agenda.
They have an agenda.
And that's their job.
How did
So
y'all
what-
pull the hot
but-
out of hot topics?
But
The
what
hot.
needs to-
Yeah.
Yeah.
They made it so serious. I was trying to keep it funny and goofy, but y'all, it's fine. Like we
Going
don't
back
be-
to your
I
hot.
mean,
no.
this
the
is
whole-
a hot
The
topic.
whole topic of the hurricane, though, is just, I mean,
It is a hot
Well,
topic.
that's why I was trying to bring it back to Donald Trump's line. We didn't want to talk about the whole sad thing. But again, in another sad hot topic, since we can talk about it. Of course, we
Why
did
you
talk
always
about
rushing me?
we did talk about last week. We did talk about the shooting in Dallas, the really sad, the young guy that got shot
Yeah.
down. We
Yes.
talked about that last week. But have y'all seen all the videos that came out? Like one lady posted a video who lives in the actual complex
about her door
about the door
immediately
automatically
closing.
shut.
I saw that video. Her door, like she had it by the finger and released it, and the door literally slammed
Shuts on
shut.
its own. And she said all doors are that way.
You know what? I heard an
they're not
interesting.
open, you
They're
said.
not. It would
They
not
can't.
have
It was
been
no way that they
partially
could be
opened.
partially open.
I heard an interesting
But
theory.
no, she said the door was unlocked, though, is what she said.
Unlocked. I
No,
believe it was ajar.
she
is
said-
No,
what
it said it was
the terminal-
open.
I heard an interesting theory.
What's that?
Because and I'm not making light of this situation.
It's okay.
But when they when they went into the dude's house, you know, they did a survey. They found police gear in there, which means he could have been a security guard, or whatever, or he could have been a police in training. So the theory is basically that they were ex-lovers, and she was out.
I
for
told you guys
revenge.
last week it was some domestic
Well, Pastor
case.
said
Because
that
she
last
got
week.
in the house.
I knew
Pastor
there was
said that
some
last
domestic
week.
element to this.
You said that last
Neighbor
week,
said
right?
That they were ex-lovers.
Yeah, I mean, well, I said that. I mean, that was one of the theories. I mean, that they were.
Yeah.
It was like a fallout. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't think they hide it at this point.
Can
Hide
they?
the
Wouldn't they
what?
be scared to hide? I mean, if she would have to say me and him were seeing each other, she would have to say that, and could they keep that hidden? That would
If-
come out. That would leak.
Well,
Why she just can't go to jail? That's why we need Tito here.
Oh, I agree. I said that last week too.
She has to have due process. You know. That's
Yeah, okay, due process, but I'm just saying some things.
I think they're trying to prove
the
the
due process is
severity.
fair, but it's like, but why do we got to go through a grand jury to ask? Can we go to the next step? It's like no.
Can we? Well, the police.
My thing is that
well, the
she
police
admitted
should-
that she shot and killed him.
Right.
Yeah, but
So-
the police should have actually
Let's get to the
charged
court
her with
case.
murder instead of manslaughter in the first place.
Shout out to Winifred again. She said there's a picture on Facebook circling the cop, the white female cop, as well as the black guy together. There's circling. They're hugging in the picture.
If they are together, but no, there was a false picture out there too. So
There is
Yeah,
a false
the
one.
internet
you-
definitely you have to be careful.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
able to manipulate images.
But also,
significantly.
you know, to comment on the comment, why can't they just bring on murder charges? You have to prove intent. You have to prove intent. You have to prove.
No.
She
Hold
said
on.
she shot him.
She said she killed the man.
Yes.
So what they're
no-
trying
that-
to
But
determine
hold on,
now
and we
is
know it
what
wasn't
they're going
self-defense.
to
Okay,
charge
so
him
let's
with.
let's
I'm not
charge
saying
her. Let's charge
self-defense.
her.
There's a difference between murder and
manslaughter.
And
Right.
if you go for murder, you got to pull. You know, usually murder charges, and I'm not a legal.
You need
expert,
intent.
You need real intent, like
Motive.
I'm gonna roll up in my house with
Yeah.
the purpose of killing you.
I
She
think
killed him,
the
but it
defense
was
is
it's
probably
obvious
My thing is, let's go with
But the
manslaughter.
thing about it is,
defense
it didn't warrant. She didn't. The actions didn't warrant her killing him.
Now, if they
What-
found out down the line that they were lovers and she was feeling a certain type of way, then you could go
I
for the
think-
murder
I think-
charge.
No, but
I
you can
think
go for the
both
murder
the
charge
defense-
right away because she wasn't. She was off duty. One.
Yep.
She was not in a commission of a crime. Right. Two. So therefore, she had no reason to even draw her weapon because she wasn't even in her place.
What type of
and
state?
hold-
What,
and-
what,
and
what,
hold-
what
So
state is
what
this?
they're
Hold
trying
on,
to
what
say-
state is this?
This is
Dallas.
Texas.
Texas.
But it's not no
Texas,
stand
man.
the ground law in Texas.
And not only that, Dave, I agree
Damn
with you.
near.
I think also
The thing is, they're trying to build a case. Both the prosecution's trying to build their case,
And
so
defense
is the
is
defense
trying-
trying to build
yeah.
their case. So
Yeah, I mean,
they're
that-
just trying to determine what they're going to charge her with that will actually stick.
So you guys do think she is going to
But no,
definitely
my
go to
thing
jail?
is this: if they tested
they-
her, then they didn't test her till a couple of days later. I don't think they even know what was in her system. But it would be better for her to have gotten tested and said something was in her system, and then she could say, "I really didn't know it was my problem." But if there's nothing wrong with you, I can't give a police officer no get out of jail free card.
But the
Yeah.
thing about it is,
Shooting somebody in their own
yeah,
apartment.
they're trying to.
She was okay to drive home.
So we got to say,
Trying to find out what's going to stick.
That's all it is. Is right now at this point, it is what how much evidence can we get in this case that can prove and just determine the type of charge that we're going to come after them with to stick.
And of course, the sad thing is, and I want to think it's Fox News, although they took it down, but they never made an apology. How they trying to make the victim seem like
He's a
bad
drug
person.
dealer.
Marijuana.
because they found
user.
marijuana in his thing.
Yeah.
Then they took that article down off their website,
pressure, sure.
but they never made an apology.
exactly.
They never
Delonte
made a
said,
When
they're
have you
gonna
seen them
charge her with
apologize
first-degree
about
murder?
Oh yeah, let me give
They're going to charge her with first degree murder.
That's what Delonte said. Shout out to Delonte. Just finished his law degree.
Oh, he need to come
Yeah.
in since our
Shout out to
legal
him.
guru is not
Hey, listen.
here.
So okay, here's a hot topic, just along the Me Too lines.
Right.
They said Terry Crews is
Suing?
accuser.
accused. No.
The
Terry
person that
Crews
touched-
accused somebody who worked for Disney, and the person actually
Apologized?
He was going to sue Disney and sue everybody. So, and one of the conditions for him not to sue was for the guy to step down. So the dude did step down, but the guy sent him an apology letter. He sent Terry Crews a letter apologizing for the whole thing, admitting it basically, and Terry Crews posted it online.
Why would he do
So the
that?
question is like, did he need to do it on? Some people are like, you can't tell the victim how to act. So the victim has the right to put their
Respond, yeah.
apology letter out. But at the same time, it's like, if he apologized, he stepped down. I would have been, see, that's what they didn't do. He gave them demands, right? Normally, if I'm going to pay you money, you can't talk about the issue, right? So if I'm stepping down, I'm giving you what you want. You can't turn around now and then still talk publicly about it. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Disney should have shut him down, so you can't just do that.
No, for the simple fact of it is he didn't take any money or anything like
Who
that.
did?
Terry Crews.
Right?
He didn't take any money or anything.
But he got one of his demands.
He got his demand
He got
for
free
him
press.
to step down, but he also got a chance to see to let it know
Right, but
to the
should
public.
you be able to? I mean, you got me step down. People know who I am. I'm stepping down. I apologize to you. You putting a letter out there. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to hurt me now?
Yeah, because you hurt me.
Retaliation.
I mean, because I don't need the money. In Terry Crews' case, he didn't need the money.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
It was a way to publicly humiliate.
Yeah, it was a way to
someone
publicly
get back at
humiliate
them.
him
But-
because you got to think he was humiliated, or he felt
But
humiliated.
he put
in
it
the
out
first
there
place.
though, because it happened kind of in a
At a
DL,
party or
but it
something,
wasn't
right?
like everybody was watching. So Terry
But
Crews put it out there.
But he felt that way.
You
Well,
can be,
seeing the
yeah,
letter.
but-
Well, the other thing, and the only other twist to the whole thing was that people was also commenting that the male, victimizer, he's the only one to apologize. Like none of the other men have apologized to any of the women. Like he apologized to the guy.
Well, what you call it? Didn't Russell Simmons apologize to a certain extent?
Not really.
Russell
He
Simmons,
denied it.
Russell Simmons made a statement actually apologizing.
Yeah.
And then he went on hiatus because he said he took a step back from his company
He had to,
because he
yeah.
wanted to, fully dissect
Reevaluate,
what it is
yeah.
that he did, what his actions were, and how it impacted people.
So I'll tell you about
Russell Simmons, Russell's story kind of came and died because I think he just dealt
Because
with
he
it.
dealt with it.
No, hold on. I got
Russell's
some inside
story-
scoop. At first, he was denying it. He was denying
Well,
it. He was like,
probably.
I
But
didn't
so
do
did
this.
Bill Clinton.
First of
But
all,
but
Bill
look at this
Clinton got
though.
with
Okay, so y'all said something before we got to Russell Simmons though. But Russell Simmons, they said he's selling all of his houses, right? He sold stuff in New York.
And he's
he
moving
sold
out the
stuff in
country.
Cali. He's in Bali,
Nice.
Yeah.
and he's been. They said the interesting thing is Bali has a no extradition policy with the USA.
So that's the only one place that she.
Hey.
He's all his
But
assets
but
and everything. He taking everything to Bali.
You guys know who the next person is gonna be a part of this whole Me Too thing? That whole minister that grabbed up on Ariana Grande. Oh my!
You know what? You know what?
I'm starting that case. I'll be like,
No,
yo, you better
seriously.
sit.
You can't. Ariana already came out and said he didn't do anything. It was unintentional, and she's like, it's much ado
And
about
plus,
nothing.
I mean, she just lost the ex-boyfriend too. So I mean, I could only imagine that she's not in the space.
Who,
to
Big
do
Sean?
that. Not Big Sean.
Man.
Oh no, he's with Janae
Mac-
Aiko.
Mac-
Okay, I'm
Mac
sorry.
Millie or Macamillion.
But she about to marry
Mac-
the guy from Saturday Night
she
Live.
dating
though.
him?
Mac Miller.
That was her. Yeah, they were dating for. They had like.
He the one. The
they
first
were
song that she brought out,
publicly dating
he was rapping on it.
for a while.
Oh, they were dating.
And
Wow.
so
But she's
I
about to
think-
marry the guy from Saturday Night Live. I'm sure she moved on.
Well, I mean, he was
She was
young
kinda
and
hurt
passed
about it.
away. I mean, I
Yeah.
mean, nobody is really. I mean, even if it was just a friend of yours, you don't just you have some type of remorse. When you
For sure.
deal with death that way.
Sure.
And
That was-
how he died, I think. Is
I don't understand Ariana Grande's taste. She's kind of like me, I guess. She don't have no
Like you.
Well, why would you try to understand
no-
her
Right,
taste?
if you
versus-
know her
No.
flavor because she go from like she went. Who was she with before Big Sean? She was with
Macmillan.
no somebody else, but then she was with Big Sean.
Well, I think that
And now she with the
the
comedian
grab
guy.
the grab of Ariana Grande at that funeral was very inappropriate.
Yeah.
So
What? You think it was something to that?
Absolutely, it was.
It was an
not-
accident.
I think
No,
I
that
think he
wasn't
should
an
be.
accident.
I think he should be
That-
charged.
taking it
He
serious.
That was
did not
not
go
an
like
accident.
this.
Yeah, and his hand was. He has a big long arm.
First of
He's
all,
a small
he
girl.
gro-
She's
he
big
did
as-
grow.
You
He
never.
did- he did
but he
intentionally
shoulda-
grope a
He should not
side
have
boob.
put his hand on no
That
side boob.
man
That was his
groped
wrong.
He
her
didn't
hand.
touch her
Love.
breast. It was the side. Her
It
side.
It was her
been
side.
Side
That
boob.
woman was
This whole
groped.
area on a young woman is
It
inappropriate.
wasn't on her.
It was a
And
groping
then
of
at
the
what
side
point do you
boob.
let go? I
Right.
mean, he
And who's to say
he
she didn't move her
gripped
arm?
and stayed
Well,
there.
he should have. Yeah.
I mean, he.
I
her
think-
and
That's
then,
how we
and
embrace-
then,
I'm sorry.
you
I
know,
think
no
charges
pastor.
should be. I think
Hold on,
charges should be
hold on.
brought up.
Terrible.
See,
No
you know
pastor.
what?
I think charges should be brought up. I'm
No
sorry.
pastor.
No,
terrible.
I don't agree
No,
with.
that
I don't
was not
agree
an
with that
accident.
situation for the simple fact of it. Now you're gonna actually have a situation where we're just gonna be totally divided, men and women,
Well, no,
and the workplace,
okay.
everywhere,
Coming
everything.
out to embrace her and congratulating her on her song, and then releasing her is a part of the not overwhelming grope.
No,
why-
but what I'm saying is,
What-
I don't know what was happening
Okay,
at that
so then
moment.
you can't comment on it because
Ooh.
you weren't.
So what happened in it? So what happened in the
One
situation?
second,
He
sweetie.
grabbed her.
No. I'm not talking about the act. I'm not talking about the act. What were they talking about when he grabbed her?
When
He
said
tried to
that
make a stupid joke
the
about
joke
Taco
was
Bell.
stupid. The
That
joke
he
was
thought she was a
stupid.
new Taco
That
Bell
was the
sandwich.
worst part, though. It wasn't
Yeah.
him grabbing.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Copperfield.
saying. He was
The
talking
line
about her
is-
and the
the
situation.
line
That's
is-
so
It's-
bad for y'all to say he
yeah.
actually took a field. Like, what?
Did you see the
In
growth?
front of all these people?
Hold
That's
up.
serious.
Did
At a
you
funeral.
see it in
That-
real time, or did you just see the picture? Did you see?
It was a video.
No,
It
no.
wasn't a
Did
picture.
you did you see
Well,
it
they
in
did.
real
They
time?
took. They took a.
They took a
close-up.
picture of it.
and his hand was on her
and they
wire
swole it
bra.
up, and then they slowed it down, all the stuff. But that stuff is not fair. Like you said, that's out of context.
Listen,
Yeah.
okay.
If you look at it in
it's one thing
context.
to give someone a hug and congratulate them.
I can't believe
How
y'all
long?
saying
How,
he stole
how
a
long?
field at a
See, now
funeral
we're looking at a still
in
picture,
front of all
right?
these people and
But that is
television
usually
cameras.
where these things
No,
happen.
no.
Usually in plain sight. Usually in plain sight.
Well, they
is
think
when
they
Plain
get
sight
away
is
with it.
different than
it's
at
when
a
these
funeral
incidents
on
happen.
television, live.
There's no difference. If you think you can get
You
away
think he
with
copped
it,
the field? Really?
I think
if
so.
you think you can get
First
away
of
with
all-
something
Cop that
first of
film.
all,
plain sight,
It was a
that's
lot of
how it
voluptuous
She
black
ain't
women
got
up in
no.
there.
She ain't got no breasts.
Yeah, it was a lot of voluptuous black women up in there
come on.
to grab
What's your
on.
argument?
First of
She
all,
had the
that's
sexiest
sexual
dress on
harassment
though.
in
She had the
itself.
I
sexiest
refuse
dress.
No, she
to
did
let
not.
you
Yes, she
men
did.
sit up here.
Oh,
to
now
say-
shout out to Ariana's dress
What?
though.
The dress was sexy.
She was killing
And those
it.
are two separate entities, right? Because the dress was a little short for a
Inappropriate.
funeral, inappropriate. But
She was.
there's
She
no
was inappropriate too, and he
justification.
was inappropriate.
Who's that?
There's still no justification.
Ariana was
to
inappropriate.
say
She was dressed inappropriate.
She was dressed
that
inappropriate.
Wasn't she
because
asking for it? That's what I'm gonna
No,
say. She's
she
asking
was
for
not
it.
asking for it.
Yes,
That's
I am.
exactly
If
what
you're
we're not
saying
gonna
he
do.
groped her breast
That's
on
what
live
we're not going
TV
to do.
at a
No.
funeral,
She had
I'm gonna
side
say
boobs out.
she
No.
asked for it.
No,
Bill
you
Clinton then
can't.
was like, "Would you look at this? He move on something."
Yeah, did you see everybody look up under her dress? Even Jesse
Al
Johnson.
Sharpton, Jesse,
They were all
Jesse,
looking up
Al
under her
Sharpton,
dress.
they started
and
texting each
Bill.
other, man. You see this, man?
What we're not doing is in 2018.
And she's not a
beyond,
victim, so don't even say.
In
Don't say
20
what we're not doing is gonna blame the victim. No, she's not a
2018,
victim.
And this is the crazy part,
Hold on,
though.
don't
Beyond,
speak over
wait
her.
a
What's your
minute,
point? Let her
wait
have
a
her
minute.
point.
In 2018 and beyond, there will be no more such thing as she asked for it. Or
Yeah,
she-
no. If you're saying he got the
That's not
bill,
what we're doing
Like I
here.
said,
We're not
now
doing
we're
that.
dividing people.
exactly.
No.
But you know what? To everybody, to be honest and be on the
There's
real,
no
on the serious
she
tip,
asked for it.
I think that
There's no such
I
thing.
think Sharice and Ron are just doing this just for fodder. They just want to, mess
There's
with
no
everybody.
such thing.
No,
But hold
no.
on. I just say Ariana Grande put out her own official statement. She said it was not, and he did not grope her.
And that's why I
He
said,
did-
how long
she's-
was he holding her?
But hold on. She said he didn't grab her. So y'all saying she's too scared. She can't be. You can't say she's a strong, independent woman and then say she's scared and can't speak up for herself.
Clearly
But
she
That's a
was
good
scared.
point. That's
she ain't
Oh,
scared.
you acting like a little bitch over here.
Clearly she was scared. You saw her face.
No,
She put out a statement saying
her
he did not grope her.
Her statement
He-
and what happened are three different
Was
things.
yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say
How
about
you
that.
want to tell the person
can't
that? How you want to tell the person who was in it if you're not the one?
That's all I'm going to say about that. We can move to
We
Ron's
saw
next
it.
hot
We
topic.
saw it.
We can
That's
move right
the problem
along.
with the Me Too
We saw
movement
it.
now.
Yes.
Too many outside sources.
You know what?
We
I
can move right along with Ron's hot topics.
There's a meme, right? There's a meme, right?
Right.
Where there's a baby, right? And he's grabbing a woman's breast, right?
Right.
He should
And-
go too. He should go.
And
to
it
jail.
says it's sad that this dude would never be running
should
for
go to
political
jail.
office.
Exactly.
Because he's a baby
But let me-
and
let
he's
me
grabbing
say
a breast, and somebody's gonna accuse him
Let
of
me say
holding
this.
somebody's breast.
Let me say this.
Look
Let me
at
say
that.
this. Let me say this,
Go
Ron.
ahead.
Do you realize the amount of scrutiny that
Come
every
on.
woman will go through
If everything is
anytime and
allowed.
every time a woman will claim to say this was inappropriate?
Right.
The same as The same as you're doing right here, and you don't even know the woman. So do you think?
Do you know her?
Do you think that this woman
wanted
to go through another a continuation of public shaming?
Who for the Kavanaugh?
For Ariana Grande and her statements of
she
not
was
being,
trying to get over with.
So one, and that is a
I agree.
consistent that is a consistent behavior of a victim.
She was like,
That
you pick your battles.
No, I don't think. No. Hold.
We can't put somebody who's not a victim and make them a victim because we want them to.
Let me be clear. Let me. I want you to listen to understand, not to respond for 2 seconds. Okay.
Okay.
What I'm saying is a common behavior of a victim in these scenarios, especially those that are in the public sight and in the limelight. They want to have this an in and out situation without making it a big deal because she was already going through the public shaming of having a short dress.
Short dress.
She's probably already blaming herself saying that I asked for this.
Can I say this real quick? I agree with you to a certain extent. My issue is I think too many outside sources look at situations like this and they're quick to jump to a stance of victimization. We need to stop victimizing every single situation.
That's what it's
this
doing.
This is about
though.
every single situation. This is about this particular situation.
Okay, and this situation.
And what happens in cases like these where women are more likely.
But you got listen.
But you know, I agree with you.
There are
I
also men that do this as well.
If a man
ever
claims
Terry Crews,
besides
Terry Crews, who want to keep it going.
As quickly as possible.
Terry Crews the only one came out.
He want to keep it going.
But my thing is this.
What about the guy who's running for Congress and a woman?
No, he's running for
Supreme Court Justice and a woman.
He's being considered
all the way back from high school.
Absolutely. If
now there should be a statute of limitation.
If you are trying to be in office at the highest court,
but this was high school.
Excuse me, this is a lifetime appointment. We're not talking. I don't care.
I was a different person in high school.
So no one gets a chance to grow.
This is a lifetime.
All right, so touche to Sharice's point.
Character,
to her.
Kavanaugh's character, independently of this accusation, is one that is questionable anyway.
No, exactly.
So this is
he's already lying about stuff.
Who also believes that the president of the United States should not be penalized in severe cases where he should be able to judge his own type of case as the president and get himself off. Is the type of man that Kavanaugh has proven himself to be.
But hold on, don't run from the other thing though.
I'm not running, but I'm getting clear. We're talking about character here with this man that's getting a life. When you're trying to get a lifetime appointment, everything counts.
That's why I said touche to your
everything
point.
Counts.
A lifetime appointment should make that everything in your life gets considered.
I don't agree with that. Because people grow.
I agree. I get it.
And then
can I ask this question?
Somebody wants to call in. What's the number for them to call in?
Can I ask this question?
202
656
one person at a time.
656 bar.
One person at a time.
202 656 bar.
Can I ask this quick question?
What's the bar?
To piggyback off of
1226.
To piggyback off Dave, how come people make me say, how can we not allow this person to grow? One and two. Hold on. He's been a circuit court judge for a very long time, and even though it's not the Supreme Court seat, he's been your decisions in the circuit courts are just as effective.
How many laws do you know that are on the books right now that tells a man what to do with his body? No. Let's be clear.
I'm not disagreeing.
Kavanaugh, as a lifetime member to this particular seat,
agree.
Would be making and enforcing rules for women forever. At that point,
agree.
A woman would say, you know what?
Why?
A woman will be willing to put herself on the line.
I agree. I'm not disagreeing. But my question is, hold on.
Yeah, no.
My question still remains a question. My question still remains a point. Like, why not come forward when he was a circuit court judge?
That's not.
It's still an influential position, though.
So y'all making two different points. So both points are taken. Y'all make two different points.
Why not? The question of why not win is always subjective, right? Because you also have to think about at any point in time, you have to accept that you're going to go through public scrutiny. People are going to be boycotting your home. People are going to be calling you with death threats. People are going to be assassinating your character consistently.
Picking
So
down
the
her
reality
ugly hairdo
is,
and all that.
so the reality is that nobody wants to live through that kind of public scrutiny at no point.
I
in
agree.
Life.
I'm not disagreeing
So
with
at that point, maybe the pressure wasn't on like it is now.
Yeah,
I agree, but
I
he's
didn't know.
been-
Okay,
he's been a circuit court judge since
country,
01,
country,
I hear
no,
you.
no,
I
no,
hear
no.
your
Only the only
point.
point he's making. Only point he's making
I
is
hear
that
his
is
point,
that
but it's
he
not-
should
it's
he
moot.
should
It's
is
moot.
that he should he's saying that he should have been under this kind of scrutiny before he got
Yes.
all of these years on the course.
Yes.
Of,
Okay,
He's been a
Everything.
circuit court judge for over.
Two things here. There are multiple factors here. So I hear your point about the circuit court position, but there are multiple components here. One is that that's Donald Trump's legacy. Donald Trump can leave office in 2 years, but if I put someone in position that can be here for a lifetime, then I've left a mark that it is my guy, that I know this is my person that's in here for a lifetime. Then now there's more Trump syndrome happening across the country.
But I'm sure they could have found somebody
But
from
how
at
many
least
cases
college.
actually
So-
make? How many cases do they actually make it to the Supreme Court? That
It's not about the cases, it's about the impact, the influence, and the
yeah,
decisions.
yeah. What
So
the,
it's
court, the
not
Supreme
even
Court
about-
does is they set precedent.
It's
so
about precedents and
so, yeah,
laws
so, yeah,
and
so-
reversing laws. I mean, we're not
here's
just talking about.
and that part. I agree with. I
So,
agree.
but
This
that's-
is a guy who's going to
but
go
so
into a
circuit
position.
court- so what's your point about circuit court is moot because there were all these factors.
My
Okay,
point
no.
isn't moot
Yeah, he-
because
Because he
my-
still
the
made
point I'm
decisions on
really
people's
trying to-
lives.
The point I'm
But the
trying to
factors and the stakes
the
were
point
not
I'm
this
trying to
high.
Maybe she
is-
wasn't ready.
The
then.
point
Exactly.
the point I'm trying to make
but hold on.
is
See, listen. Oh,
yeah. Go ahead.
Country's making a total separate point than that
It's
point
very
that you and her
separate.
speaking about.
It's
so,
very
Sharice,
separate,
y'all
and it's
speaking
not-
about what it means, the ramifications of going forward. He's not making a point about that. He's
No,
actually making a
yeah,
point.
I'm not. Yeah,
He's not making no.
No,
contest to
that's the thing.
Who's not making that point?
Country's
I'm not-
not. Country's not.
Country
He's not
say,
contesting
why
anything
did
y'all
the
saying.
woman? Why did the woman not come forward?
No. He
before?
wasn't. No, that's not what he was saying.
Yes, he did.
No, that's not what he said.
That's not what
Okay,
he.
country, you clarify.
Okay,
Country
hold on.
clarify.
Hold on. Listen. Let me just explain it so
You
it can
can't
be clear.
explain country.
Yeah.
No,
Let country explain.
you can verify country because y'all talk for like 5
on,
minutes
country.
and y'all was on different pages
No,
with each
country
other.
said, why didn't she come forward? Why he was in circuit court? Country, please
Here-
explain.
No, he
here's
didn't.
what I'm saying.
He said,
Here-
"Why didn't the scrutiny come up?" He
Here's the
didn't say,
thing.
"Why
Okay,
didn't
can
she
country
come?"
respond? Does country got how many countries in here?
Go ahead, country. He takes too long to talk. That's why we.
Here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying.
Delonte
Here's what
said
I'm saying.
hundreds of
Here's
cases.
what
come
country
up.
is saying.
He's been in the circuit court since 2003.
Right.
And my issue is, I agree with you in the sense we don't want a person like that in the Supreme Court, position, considering where he's coming from and where he's going and how long he's going to be there.
Country, what were you
My
trying to
issue, Ron, you barely can read. First of all,
Wait,
You can't talk.
you barely can
keep going
read.
off-
All right, come on.
Clearly, what were you
And
trying to
two-
say?
and two,
What were you trying to say?
My thing is this. Why not come out? In 2003, 2005, 2008.
Why not who
2010,
come out?
2012.
Why not who come out?
And
Why not who come
why
out?
not
No, the
come
issue.
out?
Why
He's
not
been-
who?
He's
Who?
been
Who?
a federal
Who?
Kavanaugh. I mean, not the young lady who's
Okay,
accused
so
of
there
Maybe
you
she
go.
wasn't ready. That's what I
He
said.
has been
I knew that's what he was talking
a
about.
federal judge
but it morphed.
for so
but what he
long.
said morphed into that because
but
his
country's
been a
initial.
federal
point,
judge
why
for
did
so
why
long.
did the accuser
So country-
not come out about the Me Too situation then?
But the thing
So-
about it is,
And let's
it's not
also be
about
clear-
Kavanaugh.
let's
It's
also
about
be-
whoever. It's not just
But
about
let's
this
also
one
be
person.
clear that this
Yeah.
woman
You
now
know,
has an
yeah.
entire movement that can
So-
support her
so-
versus
Yeah.
before there was not the Me Too movement. So she literally would have been on an island by herself coming. And think about the power. Think about the amount of power a man that kind of position.
I'm not thinking about her like that because
But let me
because
respond, but let me
27
be
years
clear.
ago
Let me be
they
clear.
didn't do that for
Let
my
me be
girl.
clear.
Go ahead,
Let
Trish.
Pastor say one
but
thing.
Pastor-
So my
Where's
girl
the-
from 20.
where's the
Hold on,
physical
everybody.
Hold on,
evidence?
Pastor. Let me
Where's
just
the
say this,
evidence?
Pastor.
Pastor, say one
Let
thing
me
and we
just
got
say
to
this.
We're going on
The
with
amount of
circumstantial
power
evidence here.
and influence that this man has that could
I
ruin this
agree.
woman's life.
Already.
Why would anybody?
So
wanna
why are
come
we so
forward?
ready to convict
Because
this
of the
man
Me
on the
Too.
words?
She got background. She got people backing her now.
I
I
didn't
get that.
convict
Why
anybody.
are we
I
so
said that it
ready?
needs to be taken seriously.
Why are we so ready to convict him on
Because this woman just put her
circumstantial
entire life on the line for something that what does she gain?
I agree. I'm not.
My only issue with it, and I agree with
But
everything,
how
but the
the
fact
media-
that it happened in high school, people change from high school.
No, they don't.
I wasn't the same person in high school I am now.
No, yes, you were.
So,
damn.
but real quick, moving on.
No,
because
Pastor,
if-
you said Pastor.
Pastor
he don't
had-
want to talk. We
Pastor
over
had
that.
something
We're
to say.
gonna real quick.
Pastor,
Real
what you
quick,
wanted to say?
you guys have y'all been following the whole Cat Williams situation?
What you want to
Yes.
say,
No, I
Pat?
have not.
Yes,
You
I
have-
have.
I was just trying to make sure everybody was clear because it seemed like it was 2 different pages, but
Right.
it's fine.
But so y'all have been following. You
Come
haven't.
on,
Have you been
Pastor.
following the
Now
Cat
that he's
Williams
made it clear,
situation,
Pastor,
Pastor?
I
what
did,
do you got
yes,
to
I
say?
did.
You haven't been following. Do you think that first of
He
all,
was not wrong.
He was not wrong. She started with him first.
What
Yes.
happened? Can you tell
So
us
what happened was he was in a radio. What was
It was a radio show.
Frank Ski and Wanda.
Frank Ski and Wanda.
Wanda.
And Wanda tried to go
went
on.
in, tried to start off with him first. She actually been started. She talked about the man's perm and everything. I think he bit his tongue as long as he could.
Well,
he said, and then
He,
put
he
it
said
on
he
her
doesn't have a
fingers.
perm.
He said, this is-
Anymore?
He's never,
Never
had a perm.
Oh.
He got a comb through,
A press.
a press through.
Uh-huh.
But
no,
she started-
he
talking about
lit her up
fingers.
though. He lit her up.
But that's his job.
And that's his
what
job.
you
He's
do.
a comedian.
I like
She's a
people all the
comedian.
The
time.
controversy.
She's a comedian.
Exactly. So
But-
they tried to people try to feel bad for her because he
She
lit her
couldn't
so
catch up.
bad.
She couldn't catch
sparked
up.
I heard
her.
her husband went and
Who
pulled
is
a
the
gun
person?
on
It's not true. That wasn't false.
okay.
Yeah, people are saying that, but
Wanda, she's a radio host.
you would think somebody's husband would be mad like that because he sparked her so
And then
bad.
she
man.
kept
Oh yeah,
trying-
he did.
I'm
Like-
gonna have to watch
But
this.
she did that because she kept calling him a girl, and she thought
he lit
somebody
that
come get sis
up.
and all that. And he was like, "Hold up, let me tell you." Then what did he tell her? He said, "I bet you sweat diabetes." Don't he went in on it. He told her.
He
told her
said
face-
he said you can run your fingers through my hair easily, right? And she's like, come over here. He's like, that's not how this works.
Nah.
he said, and then she said something else. And he was like, nobody's running their finger through your head.
And he said you used that joke already.
Yeah.
Why are you using
Why
it
you
again?
keep using it? And then she said when he was talking about cooking, and she told him, "My kids like my broccoli."
She tried to
He
go
said,
on his clothes.
What's hard about broccoli?
Yeah,
You put
what's so
broccoli
hard
in
about
water.
cooking broccoli?
Yeah, he's like, no, because she was talking about what you cook. So it was like, Kat talked about. Then he was like, what? Everybody's like, well, what do you cook? She said,
My kids like my broccoli.
He said,
And she
"Oh."
paused.
Yeah.
Like, what?
And then
You
he
can't
said,
pause that
I guess
broccoli.
they like your corn. You pull it right out the can, don't you? It was so funny.
Wait,
gotta-
that he fried her on the show?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
She
God,
started
yeah.
though.
And Frank
No,
Ski
she
got
started.
started.
And how she started though, she came for him. She said something,
did-
and then
he did
she
fire
called
him.
him. She said, "You know a lot about jail." That's when he said, "Oh no, I'm gonna get you." And he got
He said, I got 19 felonies, but I've never been convicted.
Convicted. He got
And he,
it.
and he said, I've been in jail, not prison. There's a difference.
Yeah, big
She tried to go on his clothes.
Yeah,
she was
and
like,
then she
them
said-
old clothes. And he was like,
"What do you got on?" He said,
like,
He said, this is Versace 2019
and then,
collection.
And then she said, "Oh, you feel funny? You had to show it." She said, "This is radio. See, you look like your look is for radio." He went in. She said, "They
Like-
can't
like,
see.
they can't see anything, like-
it was hilarious. Anyway, I didn't think he did anything wrong. I don't think he. I
but,
think he did
but
his
John
job.
missed the biggest one. That was the funniest part. I mean, it was hilarious. He
I
sparked
mean, if
her.
you go against
But
a comedian,
I-
the biggest part
I
was that
enjoyed a good
he began to give his opinion about some comedians though.
Yeah, he was wrong. He said something bad about Tiffany Haddish. He said
He
No,
really
he didn't
but
really say bad about Tiffany.
He said that she don't
just
deserve what she gonna
No,
get.
he
No.
did not say that. He
He
said
spoke the
that-
truth.
He said that Tiffany Haddish has been around for
15 years.
16 years. And you cannot tell me one Tiffany Haddish joke that you remember.
And so he was saying things like this about her. He was saying that she's being let into the limelight, like they chosen her.
Yeah,
he
and
said, "Who
because
gets
she-
popular off of being ratchet?" He said, "Everybody got a cousin or aunt that's ratchet and
Okay,
loud." So
I
he's
have
like,
to I have to.
and hold on. So they were just, so that's what one started trying to.
But he said that he said I seen Girls Trip. I seen the script in 2004.
Yeah, and he was and his
Here's- but
and this is
here's
the thing.
a
Hold on,
message to the
now,
viewers,
but they
too,
twisted his words because Kat was not saying people don't love her because they kept saying, "But everybody love her." He didn't say everybody didn't love her.
No.
He just said that there's a lot of
People
comedians
need
who
to
are
say-
way more talented and funnier who did not get on
Yes.
and deserve it
See, here's
and
what-
earned it.
And
But-
did not have a
But
white
And he
she's
said
been
Tiffany
around
Haddish
for
did not.
16 years.
We're gonna do. We're gonna come this
You-
way.
if
You
she's
go, then
been-
you go, then you go.
If
Okay?
she's been
So
around
let
for
her talk now.
16 years, sometimes it takes 16 years to become an overnight success.
Right.
And so I think that if she's been around for 16 years, she's in no way can you classify her as just being let in. Being let in would be, oh, she just popped up on the scene
Well,
and boom.
Did anybody got a rebuttal to what she got?
Well, one of the things she is let in is she has Netflix now, right? Where they didn't give like Monique.
Okay, that's
they
negotiation.
give-
we don't know how
no,
much they paid her though.
No, she got 800.
We're not gonna go back to Monique because we spent a
She
lot
got-
of time
she got
on Monique.
800,000.
And Monique was only getting 50,000, right?
No, I don't know how much it was getting.
It was.
I think it was like a couple $100,000, but it wasn't $800,000. I think they wanted to pay her $200,000 or $300,000. And Cat Williams, he even explained that. He said that he got $2.4 million from Netflix for jokes that he told in Indianapolis or somewhere. He said, and the reason why he got $2.4 million is because what his ticket sales were, where Monique's ticket sales were $300,000. In her last tour, that's why she got offered $300,000.
Well, let me just say this: the favor is not fair. Okay, and again, she didn't just come off the street and skip into. She went from homelessness and working and built her way up the ladder.
Well, but he didn't know about any of that though.
He didn't say anything. He did say about her husband and her dating white men, and that's how she got in the door.
But see, to say that they let her in, everybody builds relationships through multiple industries.
Well, this is true,
and you never know who that one person is going to be. That's going to be your key in the industry.
But it's still. Listen, that may be true, and my thing is, I don't want to say Tiffany Haddish. I don't think she deserves the amount of popularity that she's getting.
See, I don't think Kevin Hart does too, but.
Come on,
I like Kevin Hart.
How do you? But first of all, that's for the.
But I think
Kevin.
Nobody
gave her an amount of.
I think Kevin and Tiffany Haddish worked hard for what they got.
Thank you, but here's what I want to be clear
working
about.
hard, you can work hard.
Let's be clear about something, okay?
Because I remember the first time I met Kevin Hart, I was at Black Film Festival. This man walked up to everybody in the room
and shook
our hand and was like giving his card away. This is before he got big, and I was like,
nobody gave her the amount of attention. She earned fan base.
But hear this though,
she earned people's
when
support.
But when somebody says that they don't think that she deserves that amount of popularity, or I don't think that she should be on before this person, it's an opinion, and it's not, and it is not to say that Tiffany Haddish.
It completely undermines her work.
I think one of the issues Kat was kind of getting at was like where she has stood as a comedian great.
Well, that was part of it. Yes.
One of his biggest points was she didn't do any tours. One of his biggest points was she didn't really do any tours. She's not really known for jokes.
Exactly. And my thing is, listen, but it doesn't matter. Like Cherie said, if you got favor and you get on, I'm all with that. That's not going to change the fact that if I see somebody pop up and blow up. Even like a Soldier Boy who's off the scene now, just pops on the scene off the internet and blows up and makes millions of dollars and so forth and whatnot. I'm just saying that it's not taking away from her to say that there's a lot of people who put in real rec, super talented, and they just don't get on, and you wonder why.
Good point, Pastor. Yo, we're going to go to a quick break. Shout out to Regina King for winning the Emmy yesterday.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Regina.
Yo, we'll go to a quick break. What are we going to talk about when we come back, Pastor?
Talk about politics.
Owning other people in relationships.
Owning other people in relationships. That's going to be hot. Give us a call, 202-656-1-BAR. Salud.
Owning them.
Yo, welcome back to WLVS Radio. You're tuned into the open bar.
Salud.
Dave is rocking our shirt. Is Chitty rocking?
Nope.
And Alicia is rocking one. Yo, you can order these shirts online at openbartuesdays@gmail.com. Part of the proceeds benefit local charities. Yo. And also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube station at WLVS Radio. That way you can see all the other shows besides this
Wait, we
wonderful
upload
show.
the other shows already?
Huh?
So the other shows have been uploaded?
Yeah, every show is normally uploaded by the next day, if I'm not mistaken. So you can see all the shows that you missed. You can check them out. Great shows. You can check that out. So go ahead and subscribe to YouTube.
Puerto Rico.
Huh?
You just like Donald Trump want to ban Puerto Rico.
I didn't want to ban That's fucked up. We did some great things. Yo, and I forgot to also give shout out to your boy John Legend because he became a, what do you call it, EGOT?
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's
He's the youngest black
Emmy,
entertainer.
Grammy,
and a Tony.
Oscar and Tony. And
Oscar
like,
and
is he like the
Tony,
youngest?
yeah.
Is he the first black
He's a young
person?
African
No,
American man.
I've been a John Legend
Whoopi
fan for a
Goldberg's
very
got
long
one.
time.
He's the youngest African American to get it.
Right.
I've
He's
been
the
a John
youngest.
Legend.
Whoopi Gold was old. He was the youngest
But
African
Whoopi
American.
was the first black
I've been
person.
I've been a fan, and I'm a fan of their relationship. I mean,
Him
I'm
and his
sure
wife.
that everything isn't peaches and cream. John Legend's marriage and his
Chrissy.
family. I think they have a lot of fun. I think there's a lot of energy
they
in
look
their
like they have a
relationship.
lot of fun.
And again, everybody has. I'm
They
positive.
look awkward. Go ahead.
I'm positive they have their life challenges like every other couple has.
They look awkward.
But I
just
appreciate their
think John
energy.
Legend is definitely. I think he's a great role model. I think he does a lot for the community.
He does.
Yeah.
So I mean, but I'm
Pastor,
just proud. So,
okay, Pastor, maybe
Salute
that's good.
moment.
He's had
A
Salute moment
moment
goes
to
to
John
John Legend
and Regina.
and Regina King. Pastor, what's on your mind?
shout out to them.
Maybe that can segue into the topic, Pastor. What we got?
What's on your mind, Pastor?
So-
Ownership, right?
So yeah, in your relationship, just a quick question for everybody. When you're in an exclusive relationship, 100, committed relationship, do you like the sense of saying that your partner is yours?
No.
Possessing them,
No.
or being possessed by them? Do you like that concept, that
No.
idea, which I'm calling today ownership?
No.
Maybe we can go down. Go ahead and
It
run it.
depends where I'm at.
You mean like that's my woman or that's my man type shit?
Yeah, but they're mine. Like you like you're mine. Almost to
I
say
don't ever
you
want
don't
to
even
be
get to
owned.
decide what you're going to be doing. You're going to clear that over.
Yes.
Yeah, I personally
Because the funny thing is that mentally y'all was actually going to separate that. Like just because they say that's my man, like that's an innocent thing. My man, we're dating, we're seeing each other. I'm committed to this person. See, you committing yourself to I'm getting ahead of the whole. I should let y'all talk first.
Well, yeah, maybe
But-
we'll respond to this because I think it's a great question.
It's a big difference between ownership and respect. Like I don't want to ever say that I own somebody. That's,
Use the mic.
damn. I don't ever want to say that I own somebody. But because I don't want nobody, I don't want to stop anybody's dream. Let's say I'm married and we don't have kids, and she decides she wanted to pursue her acting career, and she needs to go to LA to do it. If I would say I own her, I'd be like, no, you can't go. You stand here because I have a career.
That's
And we-
that's exactly what husbands do.
Yeah, but the
And wives.
the fact that I don't own her,
But if you thought you owned her, that's what you would tell her.
I would tell her she couldn't go. But
So you got to change your mindset. The fact that you don't own her.
no, I hoping that she make it big and I ain't got to work. No, I'm
Oh,
just
so,
playing.
so what's that Oprah moment on Dave Chappelle?
Yeah.
Would that be like
Don't run
would that,
from it.
would
Yeah,
that
don't run
be
from it.
ownership?
Is
though?
that
I
a good?
mean,
Is that
Yeah,
an example?
no. I mean, you just said something so awkward, though, Ron. What you just
was
said,
that, sir?
you made it very awkward. But the
Ron
bottom,
is
the bottom
acknowledging
line
both
is,
sides of his
yeah,
personality.
exactly. You can't have it both ways. Do you like the ownership or no?
What?
You like
He's
you like to
working
be
on
owned-
his, he said he's working
owned
on
by
his
your girl or
issues.
no?
Being owned, and in what way? That I can't go down the street, or
Listen. You can't go down that. You can't go down that relationship street with your coworker. No, you can't.
oh,
go
you
down
saying
street.
that somebody tell me that I can't hang out with somebody else?
You can't do a lot of things socially that they think are inappropriate.
Oh, so that's what you consider on.
If,
So-
okay, I agree with that. I think that if I can't do it in front of her or my significant other, then I shouldn't do it. If I'm in a
Well, that's
relationship,
an action part. We're just speaking about the ownership
The
component
sense,
of
the sense of her, possessing you.
if a woman said to
Or-
you, if
yeah.
a woman said, "Ron's my man," and that's your woman, are you comfortable with that?
how's the head? No, I'm just playing, but
You're telling the truth, buddy.
Good question.
I don't know. That's a hard question because I think that in a relationship there should always be loyalty
I'm not repeating
and there should
that.
be respect. And so I don't think nobody own anybody.
But are you comfortable with your woman saying?
I would like her to say I'm the man.
I
yeah.
never.
not that you're a
I never
man,
thought
but
about
you're
it.
her
No, I would
man.
like her to say that I'm her
Yeah.
man. Yes.
Okay, Ron likes
Like-
the possessiveness. Ron likes it.
Yeah,
okay.
I never looked at it in that way.
form.
Like,
And like
it-
ownership.
And this is the thing.
it's like, you know, that's my girl or that's my guy. You know.
Which is innocent as a
Yeah.
statement, independent by itself, right?
Right.
But like you said, most people don't look at it that
Right.
way. But
There are some
it's
people
these
out
unspoken
there-
rules, right?
Yeah.
That once you're calling me your man and I'm calling you my girl, at what level do we take that to? Because you always hear people in these
Some
little-
people do take it. It starts out innocently, and then it's like a snowball effect. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Absolutely, and so you hear old people
Well,
always
the
make
question
Are you talking about people
becomes,
who are-
okay, so here's the thing. If that has to be initiated by the man, I would think, because if he's
Not necessarily.
I'm giving my 2.2 cents in this.
Wow.
I think that
She's solving this too.
I think that a
misogynistic.
man should be setting the pace for a relationship because at the end of the day, that's who she's following.
With this Me Too movement, we can't do very much at all.
Thank you. We can't hug
Can I
you.
respond? Can I respond? Are you allowing me to respond?
Me Too won't let us do anything. All we can do is pay.
All we do is
Pay and obey.
pay and no, not even a peck on the lips or nothing.
Don't do nothing.
Can't walk. Open the door, but do not even hug her
I did not say
because
that.
somebody's camera's gonna be
Can
there.
I respond? Can I respond?
You don't even need a camera.
I
You can go
said-
30 years. She can wait 30 years and come back and get you.
High school reunion book.
That's what you can do.
How many booties you grabbed in high school? Anyway, go ahead, Sharice.
Yeah, man. That means we got to go talk to our kids though, because
you.
if this stuff is happening right now, man,
They ain't never gonna.
they
have
gonna pull up.
nothing.
They gonna pull up the hallway tape from
And
Parkdale. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody has a video camera now. Everybody's videotaping everything now. We are not gonna have no politician, no nothing. Everybody's gonna be 80 plus as a politician because the other people that dealt with them, they dead.
Y'all remember Hank Go Get It? Oh my God. Everybody.
Freaky Friday. It's like all this stuff is good. This is what
First
you
of all,
do.
can we get serious? Can
Go
we
ahead.
get-
Go ahead.
Okay. Would you guys agree that the man sets the tone? And
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Not always.
So do
You
you
seen-
think,
you
are
seen-
you going to be following your woman's lead?
You saw Norbit, right?
No,
You saw Norbit,
Let me
right?
ask a question. Are you
How you
following?
doing?
Are you following your woman's lead? Are you like
In
is
certain
she-
in certain instances,
I
but
think y'all using the
overall,
wrong word.
But,
But
but the general relationship, no.
that's what I'm
kinda
saying.
lead,
Like
yeah.
you're leading it, so that pastor's agreeing to say the general relationship he's leading it, right?
I just think
So
you're using
a
the wrong
woman-
words, though.
Well, you give me the better words to use.
Why can't y'all
Well,
work
the
together?
reason why
as
I
a
say
team?
that, because
Why-
You can work together.
Why-
Because
why
like
the-
if your woman, just like if normally, and I'm saying normally, a woman supposedly do most of the cooking in
So
the house.
you want a woman
But
to pursue you?
No, let me just say this: if a woman normally does,
I don't see no wrong with that.
yeah.
I'm just asking a question. I
Is
didn't
she
ask.
I mean,
you.
I would get mad. I would get
Do
mad
you
if she
wanna
got on
be
her knee and asked me to
Yes.
marry her.
Pastor wants to be pursued.
I would get mad if she
okay.
got on her knee and asked me to marry her. I'd be
Yeah.
like,
So
get away from
you don't
me.
want her on one knee, but you want her to pursue
No,
you.
I think that's a man's
guys
job.
You
have
want
to
her on both
decide.
knees.
So
No,
you
I
guys
want
have
her
decide.
to. I want her to trick me into marrying her.
Do you?
That's what I want her to do. That's her job.
I mean,
Manipulation, huh?
Her job is to manipulate.
but wait a
for me
minute.
to buy that
Okay.
ring.
I mean,
you're
it's 20.
saying-
It's 2018.
so you're
Women have the
saying-
same rights as men. Why can't she do
So
that?
you're
No,
saying
don't
that
ask
Don't
me.
y'all want equal rights?
that you're okay with her pursuing you, but you're not okay with getting on one knee to propose to you.
No, because that's kind of masculine.
But well, then what's
I
the?
mean, little bitch there.
So if she,
She seems too intimidating at that
Right.
point.
I'll be like, oh
So-
no, her balls is bigger than mine. I saw, and then at that point I'll be looking at her neck.
Looking for the Adams album, she got to cut out.
I'm
so
joking.
so
people,
we're
I'm
okay with
joking.
women pursuing men because it's 2018, but we're not okay with women getting on one knee.
No, you should not be buying me a ring. You should not be doing
No,
that.
bigger than
Fine,
when you
us
got
both
her.
right. Your job is to manipulate me into saying it's time to get married.
Hold
It's
on,
time-
Ron.
That's your
If you
job.
married a woman with a lot of money and she asked you for marriage, would you do it?
They want Delonte said she better not get down on one knee. They want her to pursue him, so why not let her, propose to you in front of all your family and friends?
I would be so embarrassed.
I know
I'd be like, I can hear my mom.
The whole family like, what kind of shit is this?
But she
I can see
was
my
the
mama
aggressor
now.
the whole way through. Now just let the truth show up. Just she's been
Because
pursuing
let me
you.
tell y'all.
Hey, y'all
let me
need to
tell y'all
ask,
about
y'all
a
need to ask
situation.
Jim Jones' girlfriend how that worked out.
Chrissy?
Yeah, how that worked out.
Right, and she looks stupid. But let me tell y'all, it was this lady at my church. I swear to God, true story. She prepared a surprise wedding for her and her boyfriend. And he showed up at the church. Everybody, we all knew. Nobody knew it was a surprise.
The meaning not an engagement, but the surprise
Actual
we getting
wedding.
married.
And they lasted for 3 months. I swear to God. He did it because he didn't want to embarrass her, but he was not ready to get married.
So back to the original topic of discussion of ownership. You want a woman to pursue you. You don't want her to get down on one knee. So that means that you want to be the aggressor, but not the aggressor.
That's not the point. The point I'm making, in the pursuing process, that should be her way of getting me to that point where
She
I
should
would
be
get on the
pursuing
knee.
you.
No,
So, but
she
this
should
goes
be.
back to-
I
this
should
goes
be
back to-
pursuing her too, but I'm just saying it's the woman's job to create
Now,
that
now we
atmosphere.
got jobs.
Ownership to
Exactly.
pursuing.
Now we have
he
jobs?
gave her a job. I didn't give a job.
How do we get
I know you didn't.
ownership to pursuing?
Because
Yeah,
it makes
yeah.
a difference because it then it says, okay, if the man then becomes the person that's claiming the woman, she can follow that lead. But if I believe if a woman is out of nowhere, like that's my man, without being, I guess, the
his
man,
woman? Without being his woman?
without being his woman, I think she's out of boundaries.
Oh wow.
And I
That's
think,
deep.
I mean, this
agree.
is me looking at the whole thing full circle. But in this day and age, the man wants you to pursue them and get on one knee to propose to him. So then maybe ownership is not the problem.
No. I think that the ownership
I
is.
ask every day, am I your girl today? All right, yeah, I text my best friend. We in a relationship today.
Look,
You need
listen.
clarification. I think you need clarity.
I mean,
Pass
but-
the segment. Pass the
Okay,
segment.
there
Pass
it
the
is. There it is,
segment.
Pastor. You need clarification on both parties that you mutually agree that you're going
That's
to
ownership.
be claiming ownership of another person.
Well, yeah, maybe
Clarification.
but a lot of people do.
Why do you
a lot of people do that. But my
You need clarification.
What's
Both-
your point,
My
Pastor? What's your
question,
point?
my
What's your
question is
Pastor?
that is it healthy? Is it something that we should actually do?
Oh, wow.
I don't know if we really
So
look
what
at
are
the.
we supposed to? So what are
If
we
two
supposed
people
to
agree
do
to
then?
it, then
I don't think we really pay attention to some of the fallout that comes from trying to own another person. Because
Are you referring to a person? You know, some people tend to be real possessive over their opposite.
Yes,
is that what you're touching
yeah,
on?
yeah. But
People
see,
who have possession
That could
issues.
happen.
and
So-
listen,
And it started out with "You're my girl."
Yes.
or,
It starts off,
and
with that.
it depends on the person's temperament, their upbringing. All these things factor into this
But
range,
let's
right?
be clear
You see,
too.
I-
It could be a
that
range.
that can happen whether or not they're claiming ownership of their significant other or their
like
spouse.
like I when looking at how I presented it earlier, like, you know, oh, that's my girl, that's my boyfriend, blah blah blah, that's my man. I never looked at anything other than that. But usually, if a person has like are controlling and have possession issues, you see that. You see that, and that's where
yeah,
and that's
yeah,
where
those
I see
characteristics
and what you're
are
seeing
always
right
there.
there. And what I'm saying is, for what I'm assuming that you're getting at, I have to see that portion. Like I have, if she or he is like, you're my girl, you can't go out and you can't have friends with this person or that person,
Right.
you can't do this or blah blah blah.
Well,
then that's the issue.
Yeah,
I
well, see,
that
and my
issue.
and my point is that even before you even get to the extreme state of really saying, you know, you can't do this and this and that, so forth. I mean, I'm talking. I'm asking about at the very beginning, like when you start looking at each other as a possession. You know, the problem with that is that you're creating an unhealthy goal because you can't really control another person. And this is the thing that big picture, right? The big picture looks like this. No matter what degree you think you're doing it in, whether you think you're being this is in bounds or out of bounds, if you are really possessing another human being, see, I feel like that's the blurred line. I think us being in covenant, agreeing to whatever we agree to, then I agree to this with her. She agreed to this with me. It's not
Being
me
in covenant.
holding her to it per se or this or that. If she breaks the agreement, she knows she's breaking the agreement. You're right. But this idea, when it's in you, my point is when it is in you to say that this is mine, when you take ownership of another person, you don't know how much you can't really quantify or count the way it damages the flow of a natural relationship.
Delonte said he's been engaged now and been together for 3 years, and he proposed. He got on one knee, and she's not allowed to get on another knee.
She's not allowed.
She's not allowed to do that.
She can't Kaepernick.
No.
Exactly.
No, not propose to him. But again, it's about being in covenant, regardless of the heterosexual or same gender relationship. It's about being in covenant to agree to whatever it is you're going to be to each
But
other.
if you take possession of another person in any way, even if you don't, listen, like cancer, somebody can be well one day, right? And in 2 weeks, you just saw them, right? And 2 weeks ago, and then all of a sudden they get diagnosed with cancer and they're really, really sick. The cancer was already there, right? You don't know it was there. And what I'm trying to say is that possessing another person kind of works like that. It works against the natural health of a relationship, and people don't realize it. But this is why people start cheating, and women cheat all the time, but they don't call it cheating because they don't physically do anything. So they get this card where they could tell their man, I never cheated on you, because they never physically did anything. But you sitting at work telling another man all your business, all the truth. You giving him
Pastor,
everything.
Is your advice to the viewers is that you should not call your significant other, you should not use the word mine in the...
Okay, all right. To answer your question, let me make one more statement to put it out there, and that is that I feel like, listen, it's the way this happens is so natural that it seems like it's a way relationships are supposed to go. It happens so often, so frequently that that's the way we think it's supposed to go, right? So yeah, I think every relationship has an element of it in it, but I'm saying that I don't know if we know how it erodes the natural flow of the relationship. Because I think it's different when you're dating somebody who they always have the option to flow and go, and you have the option to flow and go, and nobody's feeling like, oh, see, we like this feeling of we're going to be here forever, but then one day, something happens and it's not going to be forever anymore. And people are not ready for that. They can't handle that.
My professor in college, William Thurston, he used to always say, I remember his name because he used to spell his wife's name every day in class. No, every day in class he would spell his wife's name, Gayle, Gayle.
We got it. Sorry.
Every day. And he would say the premise of this, because he was my ethics teacher, ethics professor. Right. The premise of it was that it was a covenant versus a contract.
Ooh.
Okay.
And he says that in covenant it's a forever thing. In contract is what pastors is. There's an expiration date.
That don't sound like a good.
But a marriage is a contract, right?
They have been together.
Yeah, covenant is a contract.
The marriage, they were in covenant.
He made his own definition.
He was in covenant with Gayle, Gayle.
Forever.
That's how he said his name, or name every day in class. Gayle, Gayle, before they were ever physically married. So that it was a covenant versus a contract. So you got to decide, one, a person can be crazy and ownership and possessive over another person and never say that person is mine.
We both got to be in that covenant.
Well,
Pastor, you want to give us your final statement, and then we're going to...
Well, I think that she's brought up a lot of good points that I would love to touch on, and that is what covenant is, and contract, and expiration dates, and forever, and things like that. But I think it's just important to remember that, no matter how innocent it seems, I'm trying to think of a good analogy to give you.
I am personally uncomfortable with a man calling me his if we have not agreed to that. I am personally very uncomfortable with being owned by someone. It is uncomfortable for me for someone to communicate with me in a sense of ownership.
Hey, Trey Songz got a song. Trey Songz got a song that I was listening to the other day called "The Pussy Is Mine."
Well, you can claim the pussy or the body parts. You got to claim that.
What? Good night, Ron.
You don't have to claim the person, but you claim that. Only person hitting that is me. Yo, Pastor, how's the book doing? Where can they get the book and all that good stuff?
They can get it from our website and IamDarrellOwens.com and
IamDarrellOwens.com and Amazon. Yo, he said every Tuesday night, check him out. We're going to go to a quick song, come right back. We're going to bring up some stuff that's going on in D.C., in the DMV area. Give us a call at 202-656-1BAR. Salute.
What about you guys? That's a great topic. Are you guys involved in...
I like it like that. Was that song? Oh, wrong one. My bad.
Definitely wasn't.
Yo, welcome back to WLVS Radio. Tune to the open bar. Salute. Yo, hey, beautiful. How are you?
Good.
What you got going on next week? Not this weekend, but next weekend.
The 29th. The
Right.
29th. I am having a
Talking to
fun,
Mike.
I am having a fundraiser to raise money first for my pup, but for all pups that don't have, for people that can't afford to get their service dogs, mainly epilepsy dogs, to training. It's a lot of kids, adults that have seizures. They can't be independent. They can't drive. They can't go to the grocery store. Some even can't live alone because they don't have dogs. So
Well.
I have a breeder, but they just
So
need the
how
money
much
to get
do
the
training
trainer.
cost for like one dog? Do you know?
$2,800.
$2,800.
$2,800. At first it was $10,000, but then I just so happened to run into a different person one day in the mall, and they was like,
hook you
"No,
up.
we don't do that. It's $2,800, and they
Wow.
do everything. They take them to the airport, they take them to malls, and they take them everywhere.
And so that's what the training detail. They teach them how to,
Do everything.
and they teach them how to find seizures and stuff like that.
Your dog automatically train themselves to your disability. So if you have seizures,
wow.
your dog will,
Pick
be
up on
keen with you. If your dog is not gonna pick up on them, they're never gonna pick up on them.
Tell me this. So, at least, do you have your pup yet?
Yeah, I have my pup.
You do. And so, how effective do you say this? Scale of 1 to like 10. Is it?
My dog knows. If I'm sleeping,
But I'm
my
saying,
dog
so
knows.
I'm saying, as a benefit
Right.
to a person dealing with that, how helpful is that? Is that an 8, a 10?
It's a 10.
Oh, it is.
I was asleep. My dog was laying on top of me.
He knew you was having a seizure.
They traveled one time, and my dog was whining in his cage and woke up my son to let him know that I was having a seizure.
My.
Of his whining, and my
Okay,
son was
so-
like, "Ugh, what is the dog whining for?" And he was in the cage in our room, and my dog, I was,
Okay.
Well, it'd be
seizing out,
nice they could
so
teach these dogs CPR
He
too.
knew like
That'd-
something was wrong,
great.
and I was having a seizure.
Yeah, no, I was just asking
So
because
why do
I know that they use those dogs for veterans that come home, you know what I'm saying, as a therapy for them and stuff like
and
that.
all of that stuff. Yeah. And I mean, like I said, I just don't want to do it for, just epilepsy, but that's mainly what I want to use it for.
Okay, so these dogs can be for other issues too, basically.
PTSD, type 1 diabetes.
Okay, nice. How much does this dog cost? Or you can get any dog.
Is it a particular type of dog?
Well, I use pit bulls. I have a pit bull. My first one was a cane corso, but then when I did my research, pit bull and Labrador was the best one for me. Then just so happened, this lady husband has epilepsy, and then she heard my story through my best friend, and was like, "Wait a minute, I'm gonna donate my dog to you."
Wow.
So do you
One
are
of
these
her
dogs,
puppies to me, and she donated one of her puppies.
Nice.
So are these dogs brought up a certain way to prepare for the owners that have health
They will be.
conditions?
They will be. They will be.
That's the
brought up.
$2,800
All
to train.
dogs. All dogs are not meant to be. So these dogs will be temper tested because some of them are meant to just be house dogs. So as soon as they drop from their mom, they'll be temper tested. See if
Temper tested.
meaning.
yeah.
So temper tested is when they pull their tails, take their
Their-
food,
their
play in
temperament,
their food,
And see their reactions.
Yeah,
Their natural
and
inclinations.
If the dog ignores the dog to kind of say,
And is there like a
"Ah."
particular place for people to go to get these types of dogs, or are they just picking a dog and just hoping that they'll?
No, see, my organization will do our own dogs. You cannot pick your dog.
You're gonna be breeding. You're gonna be breeding
So
them.
you're
You're saying.
breeding dogs.
I want to breed my own dog.
Wow.
And you're preparing them to
got a
deal with
business.
people with health conditions.
Health conditions.
Yep. Nice.
That's amazing.
And if
wow.
the dog don't work, we'll give you another dog. If that dog don't work, I mean, you're not losing any money because we're doing it for free
Right. So the event is next. It's on the 29th.
on the 29th.
And what's your goal? How much you trying to raise?
As much as possible.
As much
I
as
never
possible. No
settle.
go. 10,000, 25,000.
Do you know how much it costs to do it?
It's just 20. It's $2,800
Per
per
dog,
dog,
20.
and as much dogs. And the first 3 litters
They
are free.
$2,800 to buy the
train.
dog or to just to train the
Nope,
dog.
the first 3 litters are free. So only thing I gotta do is raise the money
For the
to
training.
train.
So how many dogs do you have so far?
I only have my dog, and the
But-
first litter she just had her first litter this month.
And she's giving the dogs away. Y'all just have to raise them.
All we
up
gotta
and
do
train.
is train them. Nope,
Wow,
I
that's
won't
amazing.
see them until they're 6 months,
Wow.
and
So
they'll go to the trainer
where's the event going to be?
at my house. It will be at our house, the first event, because we gotta get started, get the money going, and
Okay.
Ron's gonna bartend.
I'm booked. I'm sorry, but I will send a donation.
Ron says he's booked every
Have a
week.
nice large house and set up very
Oh,
beautiful
man.
for you. So I'd rather
No, I'll be
them
there.
DM
So,
you guys.
We're
for the
having a party. We're
information.
raising funds. You want to talk about that?
That's what he's talking about.
Where? Where is this?
But if you want people to come, what are we going to be doing?
Yeah,
at
where
the
is it
party?
at?
Oh, so I
No,
decided
where-
to make it a pajama party because I thought I like themes.
Okay.
So at first I wanted to do lingerie, and then a couple of couples I talked to was like, So I just want everybody to be comfortable.
Yeah, lingerie
All
would
my
make a lot of people
parties are
feel.
you know.
So it's
what
a
you say,
lingerie
Pastor?
party.
I said lingerie would probably make a lot of people feel uncomfortable around each
So
other.
yeah.
And the Me Too movement doesn't work.
It doesn't work at all.
Oh, y'all are terrible.
So
It's gonna be a pajama themed party.
Oh,
My
you
dog
right, yeah,
have
but
his pajamas.
where can people get information to buy tickets? Is tickets that sold at the door?
So I tagged you. I tagged you guys. I
That's
tagged
good.
you too. No,
Right.
you just come in. It's,
Just show
it's
up.
a $10 donation to
$10
come
donation.
in. And it's gonna be this time. It's gonna be a game, pajama game theme, and to play certain game. It's gonna be paint. You pay to paint. I'm gonna have somebody there to help you paint, and it's gonna be like $5 a canvas. It's gonna be like $1 for the winning team. For the losing team, gotta donate $1 for losing. Each game. So I'm gonna have like 10 games, and it's gonna be from 8 to 2 a.m.
You do realize most men don't wear pajamas.
So
right
guys.
So
I prefer for you to go out and get pajamas and not wear basketball shorts, please.
no silk boxes and tank
So are
tops.
they gonna have onesies?
Yes, please wear onesies.
You funny.
Oh.
So
Please wear onesies.
how can
Onesies are
people? Are you
wanted.
gonna put it out? It's gonna be on our website. 'Cause you
Yes,
don't want to get an
and-
address over here, right?
And I don't want to give my
So-
home address. So please, if you can DM Open Bar, and they will get back to you and give you the address and my telephone number if you have any questions.
Thanks for so much, and of course you'll be back next Tuesday to tell more about it, and we give information. Yo, unfortunately we run out of time, people. Sharice, you got something real quick you want to say? It's going on
Yeah,
real quickly.
this Saturday we're doing the grand opening, the first ever sports arena happening east of the river in
Oh,
Woodgate.
yeah. That's gonna be
It's
hot.
this Saturday. That's going to be at the Entertainment Sports Arena
In Congress Heights.
in Congress Heights. It is the Washington Wizards practice facility and the Mystics Arena,
Wow.
where they're going to be having the majority of their games. And so this Saturday, ribbon cutting plus game day with Miles Ross from the Goodman League. One ticket gets you to all the events that day.
Awesome.
And I'm going to be sworn into office. I never got
Yay,
elected
good
for.
job.
Congrats.
So we definitely gotta go live. We gonna
This
post it.
Thursday at the John Wilson Building at 6:30 p.m. So
Everybody can't come to that though, right?
Congratulations.
everybody in the city can come to that. Anybody can come.
How?
We'll be
Everybody
there.
can fit there?
To the John Wilson Building. Everybody's invited.
Jacob, thank you so much for tonight. You did the greatest producer ever, bro. Too bad you couldn't eat a drink. But anyway, everybody put your drinks in the air. See you next week. Salute.
See you next
Salute.
Day. Got your girl in the color she choose. A club going up.